Yeah, he's still reading over everything.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
obviously.
lot.
He's never played at WFRP before.
No, it's a lot of stuff to read over too.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, I think it's a good idea to
Yeah.
I mean,
get at least
it's
a little
better.
familiar.
It's better than the resources I gave him. I was like, just look at the Warhammer wiki for Bretonia, and then watch Army of Darkness, and you kind of got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Knight
Yeah,
Errant will be.
we'll walk him through combat the first time too, so so a knight just doesn't run in and do something stupid by accident. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bretonia Knight in the
Shot.
Empire can be tricky to run.
What could go wrong?
Just saying.
Well, I like his idea of just like he did something stupid in Bretonia and is hiding from his shame
Oh,
by
nice.
drinking shitty wine in the Empire.
Okay.
If his character works out, I think it'd be cool for the next person to die to play like a Grail Pilgrim that just follows him around.
Follows him around. It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, I've got a holy calling to make sure you're not a total piece of shit. Come on.
with a reliquary on his back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just picking up things the guy drops. Like this is
This is his gourd. This is his gourd.
This spoon
He ain't
has.
and I'm gonna pray to it now.
This,
I'm not the Messiah. I should know, sir. I've followed a few.
This spoon has been blessed by the lady, and so on and so on. Yeah, I mean, more Bretonians. Yeah, well, I mean, that's interesting.
I can't do a French accent. I will say that. So.
Me as well. My French is abhorrent. Yes. Whatever.
Just watch a lot of Pepe Le Pew cartoons as background research.
My French accent sounds like
to
a bad Russian gangster or something.
Which one of us is closest to Quebec? That's probably the best you're going to get.
I think that would still be Brian.
Yeah. Brian, you probably met a French Canadian. They're fucking weird, aren't they?
You're close to Louisiana.
That's true. I'm very close to. I wouldn't even consider them French, man. It's just too fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's like speak this already incomprehensible language in a more incomprehensible way.
Yeah.
It has some like an extra twist on it. They were in the Northeast New England first.
Right.
Before they went to Louisiana, right? Like the French-speaking people?
Cajun French.
So they get an extra twist on their accent from that.
Yeah.
I thought they were the ones that left Canada when the British won. Fuck this.
Well, I mean, French Canadians are like from Canada. They, from what I heard, actually, at least they are very friendly, right? And a Bretonian knight is arrogant first and friendly second, if friendly at all.
I call it the flip of that coin, man. I think Cajun French are friendly. French Canadians they were just so fucking mean.
Really? Okay.
They were just so mean.
Okay.
But that's probably because I'm
kind of like chaotic.
just a dumb fat American. That's probably why.
Did you try to school them in hockey or something?
No.
Or like,
yeah,
a Bretonian knight's kind of like I guess lawful good. Usually,
lawful good in their own sense of the words.
In their own perceptions. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, they will ride out to defeat a beastman herd that's threatening a village, but
they don't care if anybody has food to eat afterwards, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
Remember that in Bretonia they don't have like standing military like the Empire has. State troopers, they serve, I believe, for 7 years after they enlist. So, for example, when I don't know, a huge orc horde comes to Bretonia, the knights just go to village and say, well, every mayo, of course, because it's also a very chauvinist country. Every mayo, grab your weapons, grab your gear, first rank, let's go. No, the best thing is they will give them bows, armor, spears, but they will take like payment for this from their pay. So that's why so many Bretonian peasants run away or become brigands, simply because they can live, like they don't have any money to live. And if they don't have any money to like pay the knights for their generosity, then the knight takes their crops, their food, everything. So,
I was reading about the favors too,
Yeah.
where they're like knights who they black out their shields and they're more for doing the right thing or whatever, but they have to hide their identities while they do it so they don't bring shame on their family.
Yeah, but they're not really knights anymore. They are like leaders of the brigands, and they are still assholes. By the way, they still, they don't broke any dissension in their ranks. Essentially, they lead those men from the in the forests. But if anyone say that, I don't think this is a good idea, they will say, well, I am a noble and you're a peasant, so fuck off. So yeah.
Start digging a hole.
Yeah. So Bretonnians are fun.
Here's a mace for your trouble.
Yeah. Anyway, let's start. This is our last game of 2023. Let's make it a good one, and let's start, of course, with I believe.
You heard it, boys. Let's fuck this one up.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. But first, let's start with XP. Gustav van Heck. What are you buying? Tell me.
I think if I can take strike to stun, I want to take that.
Sure, you can, of course.
Okay.
I understand why. That's a good idea.
I'm a number one stunner.
Yeah. This is simply stunning.
What?
Johannes, what about you?
Okay, well, so last time we were talking about learning sling, so I now have enough to pay for that, so I would like to do that.
Sling.
And then,
You gotta buy your own.
yeah, I was trying to remember, because I have been bad about writing stuff down. I got a pouch thrown in. That was it. I paid extra for the suit, and I got a pouch thrown in that nicely hold sling bullets if if I wanted to.
Okay.
Okay, and then but yeah, I need to buy one now. Okay, and so then so I see. That would I'm kind of running out of stuff. Ooh, I could get drive, but I haven't, or ride.
Well, you need
But
to
I haven't
learn that first.
Yeah. Actually, what I was thinking of taking, since I just learned sling, was plus 5% ballistic skill.
Okay, that's a very good choice. If you have a normal sling, right? Not the large.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the staff sling. It would be the hand sling.
Okay.
So yeah. But I don't actually have one yet. So I need to purchase one.
Okay. I thought that you had. Okay. Right.
Maybe I do, and I just don't.
I think you have normal sling.
Okay.
You were also given like a pouch for free, an ammunition pouch. For free.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's the thing is I remember something about a pouch, but I didn't remember if I actually bought the sling or not, because of course I didn't write it down.
Okay.
I will write it down now.
So that's 5 plus 5 ballistic skill, and
So that puts me up to 37.
That's respectable. If you take aim action, you get plus 10. So 47, yeah, and you have weapon sling, because if you don't, then you test on half. Remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it down.
Okay.
If you ever have the option for rapid reload, take it with that sling.
Yeah, with sling, it's actually very good.
Quick shot too, I think.
Yeah, you can literally fire, I think, at least 2 or 3, stones per turn. So that's really cool. Lambert, Cherry Heart.
I want to make it very clear that I only have one advance left to go on Fellowship for the Charlatan career. But I'm taking another advance in Fellowship. I've got one left after this one. Which brings me up to a Fellowship of 67.
Only 2 points. Only 2 points, and we could make the joke.
We could.
You're almost done with Charlatan?
No, I'm almost done with the Fellowship increase, which is like by 25%. So,
wow.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I'm a friendly guy.
So Sean, everything okay? You added.
Yeah. I'm just realizing that I just put the sling in the melee
In your
weapons and
butt.
not in the ranged weapons. So
Okay.
In
I
your
am doing that
butthole.
now.
Okay.
All
Well,
right. And I had 10 rounds probably. I'm just guessing. 10.
yeah. Remember that that in the case of Sling, you can
Mhm.
buy rounds, but you can also
Mhm.
pick them up. However, if you like pick stones up from the floor, I can give you a slight penalty to hit, because they're not perfect,
Right.
but
Right.
they are still. It's still better than having no ammunition at all, right?
Right.
So yeah. Mm, who's making notes today?
Me,
Ryan
I
is.
think it's my, I think it's my
Okay,
second time.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Document has been created. Remember also that in the Star Signs and Combat Aid section, there's the errata V12. We are using this document, so if you have any, like trouble finding a rule or something like that, it's actually a PDF, so you can view it in a completely different way than your normal handout. But I've tested it, and it works. It works fine. Yeah. Also, Brian, I've uploaded the art for Corbinian Shrek, the Jade Wizard that you've met.
Okay.
He's in handout section. And last time, Gustav and Johannes, you went shopping, I believe, right? Sorry, Johannes and Lambert,
Um,
you went shopping, I believe,
right. Yeah,
for something. I don't recall exactly what.
with
Uh,
my suit.
Clothes, man.
okay,
It was the clothes so that we could go
to the
talk to
Schmooze
the
up.
noble lady.
noble lady, right? And the noble lady, you know that she lives near the Palace of Retribution on the other side of the river Reich. Actually, that's quite near the Imperial Palace and the Temple of Sigmar, the Grand Temple of Sigmar, um, which of course is like a prime real estate, but at the same time, no one sane goes near the Palace of Retribution because it has a very, very sinister reputation. Gustav, you went to the university library,
Yeah.
and then you've actually you are searching for what exactly? I because I forgot.
I was looking for a book on the botany of Astalia,
Oh yeah,
or
right.
something obvious. I'm looking for the red oak, but
That's true. That's true. And there you've met a friendly Jade Wizard named Corbinian Shrek in one of the huge library side alleys, because remember this library is just is very it's very large. It's actually a public library, but it's on the grounds of the university, so practically everyone can access it. That said, it's still considered a university library. However, you've been attacked by two men, masked men. They had those strange mirror-like masks with slits for eyes. They wore long cloaks, and they were armed with rather unique-looking daggers, long knives with curved blades serrated on one side, and handles that they were also like curved. Definitely not looking very, very local, very normal. You were wounded lightly, fortunately. One of the assailants ran away, while the other assailant got simply destroyed by the wizard, who unleashed his power, and a beam of emerald light entered the man as he was running away after you've knocked him down, and detonated his entire body from the, if I recall correctly, arms up, including the arms. So like messy, very messy, but also very spectacular. After that, Corbinian, who was also wounded in the fight, told you to run away. That he would take care of, of questions, because you've already heard like commotion. You were in the side section of the library, but I mean, fighting, it's not quiet. especially when a wizard is shouting out spells. So he said that he'll take care of it, and if you want to visit him, you can visit the Jade College. That said, you don't really know where Jade College is, and you made your way to the Shepherd's Wand, and I think that's where we ended. You guys, Johannes and Lambert, you also returned, right, to Shepherd's Wand, if I recall correctly, with your fancy clothing, Johannes, or maybe not.
I can't remember if we went and picked it up because we were still killing time and
They're supposed to deliver it to
Lambert
you
was
in like an
working
hour
on
or two.
his erotic novel.
Oh yeah. Really? Wait, what? Did
No,
I miss-
remember the 8 towers of magic?
Oh yeah.
I was-
I remember now. Okay, right. Yes.
Yes. His fan fiction.
Yeah, Lambert's fan. That's true.
What?
Lambert, I think you were reading that, right? You were reading that.
Yeah.
You read the Gaston's love letters
Yes. To
to
Finrod.
whatever her name is.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was some pretty smooth shit.
Smooth my man. That shit was about as smooth as fucking Kurt Helborg's face, man.
Yeah, actually, let me see. Lambert asks Finron his opinion on the letters. Finron, for some reason, written Fenrand, okay? Thinks they were written by an elf. Johannes tells him about Guarina. Marla will meet with them on her break 10 minutes. Gustav searches that footpath. 11 silver, remember that, Gustav. Curved dagger plus sheath. And they had tattoos, of course. Pornographic mermaids, imperial insignia, and the same tattoo Gaston had, which was the triangle. Sorry, not the triangle, but the sun with the scorpion. Drawn inside it. Gustav leaves and the Jade College, yes. And you head back to the Shepherd's Wand. Right, Lambert and Johannes, you probably got something to eat, I presume.
Yeah, I remember us eating something.
Yeah,
I forget what it was now though.
You were eating something your usual decent enough lunch. Like I said, Shepherd's Wand. Most places in Altdorf, especially nowadays, the food is passable barely because of shortages and because most people don't eat well in the old world. That meat is a delicacy, and if you eat meat like on the street, it's better not to ask where it came from. So most of the meals are just a piece of stale bread, some cooked or overcooked vegetables, and you wash it down with some very unappealing ale or just thin beer. But fortunately, Finron, because he's an elf, he has slightly higher standards. That said, I just want to emphasize this food is not the best. It's just better than slop. But you had a few very good meals in Altdorf. We remember the meal in the fancy restaurant just before finding the dwarf slayer. Brandy first thing in the morning. Awesome.
The unimpressive dwarf slayer.
Yeah, the very unimpressive. Oh no, sorry. He later one-shotted that beastman with 30 damage from.
That's true. But everything I saw before that, I was like, well, at least his doom is going to happen a lot sooner than he probably thinks it will.
Actually, yeah, and I was sure that he is going to die because first attack that he received brought him to a single HP from one of the footpads, from one of the mercenaries that the necromancer hired. Anyway. You've just finished, your meal, Lambert. You've read the mails. Yeah, they are that bad. They are that bad, And Sandy, you see that the door to the Shepherd's Wand open wide, and staggering inside, it's Gustav van Heck. Gustav, describe how you look.
It's like somebody.
Did any blood splatter on me? I mean,
yeah. I mean, you've been slightly wounded I believe, in the leg by the knife.
I guess my pants are cut open at the thigh or something.
Yeah, something like that.
My sash, the white sash, I folded up and set aside when we fought, so I might have blood under that. but I don't think that would have blood on it.
You are
And I
generally
look.
splattered, also, sorry, by the blood of the exploding guy. You were far enough so that you're not covered in it, but, there are... Oh, there's a bit of the man on you, as bad as that sounds, sorry.
Yeah, so I look sort of dazed. But then when I see you guys that you're still here, I look relieved. And I start walking upstairs to the room.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
so you guys see Gustav, you see the state that he's in, and you see that he's making his way to the room. What are you doing?
Looks like somebody got laid.
Let's go. Let's go pick up my suit now.
You just want to leave?
Nah, I'm just.
Dude, he
I'm
looks
just
like
being
shit.
An asshole. Yeah, well, let's go check up on him, make sure he we'll bring him some food and drink.
At least he
the
doesn't
room.
die.
Yeah, something like that. He's fine. He's fine. He's a doctor.
That's true. He can just heal himself. Do surgery on yourself. Come on.
Yeah. But yes, I
Poke him with a
will.
stick.
I will order lunch to be sent up to the room for him, and we will, with haste, go up to the room and follow him.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Watch him change his clothes.
You order lunch. Actually, Finron is not present currently. He's somewhere in the back, but one of the one of the waiting staff just takes your order and says that we have buckwheat cakes with molasses, like right
Ooh.
now. If he's
Just like unprovoked, just says we have buckwheat cakes.
yeah, if he's fine with it, we can.
He's just super excited.
We can send we can send the meal upstairs.
Yes, please.
Yes. All right, and with that, of course, he just nods, and you hear him ordering, "Hey, a single portion of buckwheat cakes with molasses, and also a stein of ale, light one, pronto." And you hear from the kitchen, "Yes, coming right up." Gustav, you stagger into the room. Actually, let me quickly check one thing. Right, you stagger into the room. You weren't sure for the entire trip if you were followed or not. Sorry, what?
I imagine I was kind of dazed.
Yeah, you are kind of dazed. I mean, you've just been attacked in a very public and honestly very secure place. Like, this is University of Altdorf is, this is no like backwater neighbor, like some what's the word? Backwater alley, back alley. Thank you. Back alley style neighborhood. It's a very respectable, very honestly secure place, and you were also killed. Almost killed. Sorry. So
And you are also dead.
you are also you are dead. You hallucinate this whole thing. No, of course not. That's
And I saw a guy's head explode.
yeah, and yes, and plus you've just saw for the first time probably in your life the power of magic, the lethal power of magic, that is. So
friendship?
no, it's heresy. So anyway, you are standing in the middle of your common room, panting heavily when the door opens up, and Johannes and Lambert, you enter the room, please.
What happened to you, man?
What's up, buddy?
I take the dagger out from my robes and I set it on the bed, and then I sit down and roll up my pant leg and start looking at my wound to see what I need to do to it.
Okay.
I was attacked, and I'm both
shit.
relieved and a little disappointed that you guys are still here. So
wait, why disappointed?
Well, because you've just been sitting here all day while I got attacked, but
yeah,
it's neither here nor there. I'm relieved you're here because I think this woman might be a lot more dangerous than we've initially thought.
So, yeah, you look messed up. I mean, how many guys attacked you?
It was two, but luckily I befriended a Jade Wizard just before it happened, and he...
Oh, you befriended a Jade Wizard, huh?
His name was Corbinian.
That
He's
sounds
an
made
odd
up.
fellow, but his heart seems to be in the right place.
Well, I mean, that's a good contact to have, I would say.
These
He
thugs,
might.
they had these masks with a slit across the eyes. I've never seen that before.
Hmm.
And one of them had the tattoo of the sun with the scorpion.
Yeah. So I sort of was worried about something like that happening, but it stands to reason. I think we definitely need to get over and find out more about this Guarina, whatever her name is.
You hear knocking.
I'm not sure we could.
Sorry, you hear knocking at the
Okay.
door as you are speaking.
Yes.
Mio, buckwheat cakes with molasses.
Come in.
We ordered some lunch for you.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Thanks.
You open the door. A young kid, waiter. You know him by now rather well. I mean, at least his face. Handles you the meal. Handles you the stein of of ale. Nods and quickly makes his way downstairs because this is lunch hour and staff have their hands full. Probably that's why Marla hasn't come in, and you don't even think that she noticed Gustav. That's right. That's because the place is just filled to the brim with people. Anyway, return. Sorry.
Okay, so that whole interaction there just had me thinking, like, oh, we're about to get attacked. Um, uh, guys, I'm a little on edge. If one of us is going to get attacked in broad daylight in the center of learning for the Empire.
Fine.
So one of the thugs got away, and so he's on his way back to tell. I'm assuming Gorina. They kept saying she won't tolerate failure. I forget what they said. I was fighting for my life, but yeah,
You were fighting
they
for your
kept
life, and you
saying
didn't have time to clearly listen to what they were trying to say
As they were trying to stab you.
as they were trying to stab you. Color me unimpressed. Call
I
yourself a barber surgeon, and you can't even listen to whispered conversation during combat.
I start picking off pieces of chunky blood from my collar, and I say I'm a man's head just exploded, and I can't explain with science how it happened.
Well,
I'm a
I
little.
mean, you already explained it. You were with a wizard. That usually kind of does that, right?
I've never seen it like that before.
It was probably Sigmar's wrath.
Yeah, I mean, I've experienced a few things in my life, or stories about a few things in my life, I should say, and that's just what happens when you're around wizards. People's heads explode, right? I mean, that's what Daddy told me.
Yeah, well, he's probably right. I don't know. I've never seen a wizard in person before.
I saw a wizard. He came to our village once, and he did tricks.
Hmm.
It wasn't that
Fireworks.
impressive. I don't know why they use these things in battle. They're not that impressive.
I'm not sure you saw a wizard.
Called himself a wizard.
He's probably a
Wyman,
follower of
Wyman
Ronald.
the wizard.
Sounds like.
So
Well.
So
Well, anyway, so back to our plan of action. So God damn it. We've got several angles of attack, but Guarina is the most direct, and now you don't want us to go investigate her because you're worried we'll get stabbed.
it's. I mean, they're on the back foot right now. If we were to go over there very soon, we would catch them just after she receives the news that the attack failed at the library. So we're relying on luck a lot for that. If we wait, I don't know. Let's talk this out.
Hold on. When they attacked you, like the snippets of conversation that you overheard, were they only talking about you?
No, they said never mind that there's a jade wizard here. She won't tolerate failure, something along those lines. Like they were more afraid of her than they were of this Jade Wizard, which concerns me.
But do you know why they were after you?
I don't know. I guess because we're sticking our nose where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, how many of us do they know about me?
I don't know.
Well, shit, I really don't want to walk into a situation where she might just be super happy that we show up just so she can kill us there.
Whoa. Well, how about this? How about we don't talk to her, but we start keeping an eye on her and follow her movements and see where the fuck she goes. I think that's the thing to do. I mean, so we've got these
Don't
invitations to this
confront. Yeah.
yeah, so we've got these invitations to this club that we don't know where the hell it is.
No, I think you know.
We have an idea.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we know where the triangle's
You
at.
have
Yeah.
you have vague idea that it's somewhere to the south of Altdorf.
Okay. Well, then should we change tack for the time being and see if we can weasel our way into this club? I think that, and then follow up with let's put eyes on her, and people are following us, let's follow other people.
That's
I
fair.
thought, and it's hopefully in a place where it'd be more difficult just to dispose of us.
Right. Well, that's the point. Is we're not going up to her house and saying, "Can we come inside?" We're, can we have a nice chat with you? And we're gonna be like, "Hey, and keep ourselves in like populated areas like pubs and squares, things like that, right?" Like for instance, if she goes back to that bar we had a drink in with the stoned guy.
Clodomiro Klemperer.
Yes, the 420 Club. Or whatever it was called.
No, it was
Smoking
called Red
Dragon.
Dragon. It was called Red
Okay,
Dragon. Yeah. Close. I mean, yeah, very close to the 420 Club.
That's just my two pfennigs. But I don't know what you all think. I know Lambert has become quite cautious in his old age.
Cautious. I mean, what do you want me to do? Just like wander in, hold a knife out, and be like, "Hey, I'm here to kill you." It doesn't work out well for me, bud.
No, no.
What I was telling
the cards. Give him time.
What I was telling you was when you had originally broached the idea of going to talk to Lady Gorina or whatever the hell her name is, I was saying, let's get you dressed up. I'll dress up. We'll put on airs that we are of higher import than we are. So that will lead into they'll lean into giving her more reason to speak to us, because we show up like this bleeding fuck on the bed over here. It's not gonna be a good way. I'm leading into the confidence game. All right. Okay. If we can steal from her and make it look like she's getting out of her problems, or that she can trust us, I think it's better. It's easier for us to get away with it.
Okay. I think the only thing is we're going there now, or now we have more information about her. So before we thought she might have some information about how Gaston got into this, but now we found out that maybe she's more the reason he got into this, and now we found out that not only is she the reason that he got into this, but she may be the ringleader of this. So that puts a whole different perspective on it, correct?
Ringleader of the shade trade?
Well, of some aspect of it.
Now this is a big assumption on my part. They kept saying she. They did not say her name.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's a big assumption on all of our parts. However,
but it is worth noting. It's definitely worth noting.
However,
we were asking about her at the bar.
Yeah.
Johannes,
Yes.
Johannes.
Yes.
I think I should read some of the poetry that our good friend has written, and this was all written to Lady Garina, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
That's right.
right. I don't want to go back through it. I think we all had a fun sample reading last time, but I'm pretty sure you guys could do without me narrating somebody else's smut. Um, so, yeah, I read that off to Johan.
Yeah, well,
You mean Gustav? Because
Gustav.
he's the
Or
one who
sorry,
hasn't heard it yet.
Gustav. Yeah, Gustav. Sorry.
Lambert is reading you essentially a very explicit, very pornographic and vulgar love letter from Gaston to Lady Guerina, and it's like something else, really. Like you've never heard anything like that.
At the end, I sit for a few seconds in silence and then start.
How dare you talk to me that way?
Slow clap.
I was gonna say, start jacking it.
Actually, like
That was vulgar.
Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta take this call.
actually, you know, jokes aside, what you guys get from these letters that Lambert read is that this Gaston fellow, like this was a true work of passion. You know, he was absolutely head over heels, probably in love with this woman. You guess. He was like obsessed, completely just.
Like
smitten.
more so than the other girls he was writing to.
Yeah. The
Right.
other girls, the other girls, like, it was just smut, but this was true smut. This was like heartfelt smut, so to speak.
Yes.
It was still very juvenile and, very like, well, just vulgar, but also there was, you have a feeling that this man was pouring everything, like, that was in his heart. Yeah, into those letters. Like he was completely mad about that woman. It's at this moment the door opens and you see that Marla just barges in. She looks at you, Gustav. Gustav!
I'm fine.
Yeah, I
Just
see
had a
that
little,
you're fine.
incident.
You're completely covered in blood. She says, she quickly makes her way to you. How bad is it?
It's just my leg.
Oh, just
It's
your
treatable.
leg. Excellent.
This isn't my blood. This is somebody else. You should see the other guy.
Oh, and she looks at you, and actually she raises her eyebrow, like, wait, you killed someone?
No, it was a jade wizard I befriended. He did most of the fighting.
Now she looks pale and she makes the sign. Actually, she makes the sign of a comet. You see that, Johannes? Oh, wizard. Oh, wow. I see you're going places. Wizards are generally not very safe to be around, Gustav.
Yeah, I noticed.
And then she looks at the dagger on your on the bed, and you see that on her pretty face there's this grimace of disgust. Johannes, actually, where you take a look at the weapon as well, you also can feel you can't help but feel a cold shudder running down your spine. The weapon
Is it?
Yeah, sorry. The weapon is sheathed. It's a long knife, but the curved handle with this serpent's head at the tip is just unpleasant to look at.
I should probably
Is
inspect
there?
it, see if it's coated in something.
Yeah,
I mean, I probably know already if it was.
Yeah.
no, it's not coated. I mean, you don't think that it was coated in anything. If it was, you would probably already feel the effects of a poison. You guess.
Would Common Knowledge Empire give me any insight into what this thing is, or?
Yeah, you can, but roll me with a minus 10%.
Common knowledge wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try that.
Nice. You've passed. Even with minus 10, you've passed. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Because you required 34, you rolled 24, so that's one whole success. 38, you rolled 24. Yeah, Gustav, I don't think you've passed with minus 10.
-10, I don't think. No.
Johannes, you saw, in your line of work, various like knives, sharp tools, stuff like that. You generally know your way around blades. Maybe you're not an expert per se, but you know a utility. You can like make a difference between the difference between a utility knife and, for example, a dagger. Hunting knife and something to something a butcher would use. This thing in front of you, it looks ritual and not Tao priest sacrificing a cow or a goat during the midsummer ritual. This just looks wrong. The handle,
I just had an idea.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The handle is really, it's a bit too long for a knife like that, but then you can actually imagine holding this dagger in both hands over your head as a helpless victim lies on the altar just below you, squirming, gagged and just tied down seconds before the dagger plunges into her chest. And
I just had an idea.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all. Just what I want to say is that you really don't like looking at this thing.
All right. So I share with everybody in the room. I'm like, this really looks like a ritual dagger for something that rhymes with schmalt. And I think this might be the sort of thing that would be useful to bring to the attention of our friend, God, what the fuck was his name?
The Witch Hunter, you mean?
Yeah, that's who I mean. I just don't want to say Witch Hunter.
Yeah.
I wanted to say his name.
Ginter Klinger, he's also in the handout section. Ginter Klinger, yeah.
Yeah. So this, to me, seems like the perfect once you rest up a little bit, that seems to me like that would be a great opportunity for you to do something relatively safe. Give him some information, tell him that we think it's this lady, and unless you don't want to do that yet, but say like, hey,
questions about what happened at the library. Which
wait, says Marla. Johannes, you hear yourself? You know what you're asking Gustav to do? Look at this thing. This thing looks wrong. I agree. This is horrible. And Gustav, why did you brought this here? Like, if he'll bring this weapon to a witch hunter, to a Templar, who's not, as last time I checked, he's not our friend, right? We are probably suspects in his eyes. And he will tell that there's this woman, noble woman, if I recall correctly, right? This Garina Akner, she's a noble woman?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah? Like, this went badly. You can't just, what's the word in English?
Accuse powerful people?
Yeah, accuse, yeah. You can't just accuse noble people in the Empire of... Even if she's doing that, and I believe that she's doing something horrible.
Hey guys, I'll be back in a bit, man. I'm dealing with some insurance bullshit.
No worries. Yeah, sure.
Yes,
sorry.
You can just do that because, well, it means death.
All right.
See. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking clearly after the fight. I just wanted to grab as much information as I could.
Well, I mean, you wanted evidence, and that in that regard, it's very good evidence. I forget. Did you get one of the masks too, or no?
No.
No, his head blew up.
Yeah, and the other one ran away.
Okay.
Also remember, Gustav. Sorry, just one quick thing. That they didn't have normal masks. They had mirror masks. Very unusual. Like, their masks were either made from glass, you're not sure, or polished metal to a sheen.
Okay. I will relay that information. I thought it was just a slit for the eyes.
No,
That made it
the
weird.
masks had slits for the eyes, but they were also like, reflective, essentially.
Yeah, I just recalled that they were silver masks. That's what I got out.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're very, very shiny silver masks.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This whole thing, like, what kind of normal thug wears a silver mask? Asks Marla, and wields something like that.
No,
I'm gonna try and heal while we're talking.
I mean, you are eating, right? While we were talking.
Oh yeah. I'll eat first, but then I'm gonna treat my leg.
Yeah.
So
you are eating and also treating your leg. Fortunately, the wound is very shallow. It's non-fatal. Marla continues. Look, I mean, you said it yourself. They've attacked you in the public library, and you had a wizard on your side, and they still attacked you. Those men, they weren't your standard back alley cutthroats. They were motivated. And they were probably more afraid of what will happen to them if they fail than, actually, you said, actually the fact that you had a bloody wizard on your side, right?
yeah, and I pleaded with the guy. I knocked him out, and I pleaded with him to take his buddy and leave, and they kept coming at us.
I mean, this is getting better and better, says Marla. Like, this really starts reminding me of our last job with that bastard Hebert.
Only worse.
Yeah. Yes, you're right, Johannes. So much worse, actually.
And we're not getting paid for this one.
Yeah. But we're trying to save our skin, so.
Yeah.
But yeah. So okay. So my idea is bad, but in my defense, I thought that it would be a good way to ingratiate ourselves, since you said that he seemed to think we were, or seemed to know that we were holding back on him.
Well,
And so my thought.
I feel like it would require selling out our new friend. From what I understand about witch hunters and wizards, they don't get along.
I see what you're
great.
saying.
So we also want to get on the bad side of wizard, right? Selling him out to a witch hunter.
No, we don't. I wasn't. I didn't consider the wizard part. I was thinking purely the evil looking dagger and a plot to destabilize the empire, not the wizard's role in it. So I suppose. Well, no, you can't leave it out if you were telling the story. Yeah, okay.
I think we need to throw it into the Reich tonight.
Yeah.
No. Wait, says Marla. Let's not act hasty. Throwing this, Johannes is right. This thing can be useful to us when time comes. It can prove to be some kind of, I don't know, evidence, something like that. But she says, we need to hide it. I mean, we need to hide it really well, and somewhere that no one will know that is there, because I'm afraid that if anyone would catch us with that, we would be in lots of trouble.
I think we need to put it maybe in some derelict building or warehouse or something where it's not actually in our possession or near us.
Actually,
I was thinking in the latrine outside.
Well, I mean, latrines get cleaned.
All right.
Maybe...
And a latrine, everyone who ever shit in it is going to be put in shackles and interrogated.
Yeah. Maybe find some kind of unused shed nearby. I mean, there are lots of them, near the street of 100 taverns. Unused shack, some old derelict building, maybe some
rubble where nobody's going to even bother looking.
Well, what about that burnout warehouse?
Oh, yeah. You remember where it was? It was nearby, right?
Yeah.
It was the docks. Yeah. So yeah, pretty close to where we are, I guess.
Yeah. that's. But we should go there with this thing
At night.
during the night. Yeah, not during the day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Done.
Also, please tell me that. Actually, no. Sorry, she doesn't. She doesn't. She didn't hear that. She didn't hear about what you said. That that the goons were saying. That she sent them. So she's not commenting on that. So she just looks at both of you. So what's the plan now? Where do we go from here? I mean, we can't really just drop this whole thing, right?
No, we definitely cannot.
The Jade Wizard said where to find them at the Jade College. And I think he could still help in finding the antidote to the Crimson Shade overdoses, but
Well,
he
the
might
other-
have some other insight as well, especially because
Hey.
he was attacked by these people.
If this has like some kind of, if this weapon has some kind of aura to it, can't wizards like see the currents of magic?
I think so, but he didn't comment on it if he could have.
Not that I've ever seen a wizard before or know anything about wizards.
Yeah, he to him these seem like just thugs with a mission.
But he saw you taking the dagger, right?
Yeah.
So maybe bring the dagger to him, says Marla.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That sounds.
I don't believe that I'm saying that because wizards just creep me out. But actually, Johannes, you're not on Roll20. I don't know if you noticed that.
I'm not.
That's 2 birds with 1 stone, though.
Oh, now you are. Nice.
Yeah,
I was gonna say my picture's there.
No. Now it's here. Now it's here. Sorry, Gustav. What was that? What were you saying?
Oh, like he was back on Roll20. It was.
Yeah.
Now
Now it's all fine. Now it's all fine. Yeah. Well,
Oh, I said it was 2 birds with 1 stone to bring it to the wizard because we don't want to talk to the witch hunter because we have to involve the wizard, and so the dagger probably safest with the wizard anyway.
probably, and maybe he knows something. He knows a bit more about this, right? Wizards are knowledgeable about many things. Maybe he can. I mean, this knife doesn't look normal. Maybe he can tell us more about it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We should go do that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, go to a wizard. Yeah.
I mean,
that's,
Gustav should go do that. That's what I mean.
No, guys, I'm sorry. Look, says Marla, but this day proved one thing to us: that someone is actively hunting us, right? So walking by ourselves, even during the day on the streets of Altdorf, is not safe anymore. I think.
Correct.
So
Alright.
I think
So
whenever we
we
go,
will-
at least we should travel in twos, or ideally as a whole group.
I think you're probably right that from here on out we should stay together as our full group, or as many of us as we can get. That splitting up is not the answer.
Yeah, because
And we got praise Sigmar. We got lucky that Gustav wasn't more injured.
yeah, because remember one thing: those guys failed to kill you, Gustav. You know what this means. Next time when they want to kill you, they'll send 6 people.
I'm back. Sorry.
No worries, or more, right?
My yeah. Sorry.
They won't send 2 guys next time for you or for any of us.
Yeah, you are correct, Marla, as always.
She says. Oh, cut it out.
No more splitting up.
I'm just trying to keep everyone alive. We can't
Well,
we can't keep this dagger with us because if your witch hunter friend, she says, winking at you, Johannes, will barge through this door and sit in our possession, then he will probably just kill us, or at the very least interrogate us very hard. We
Make
can,
us wish we were dead.
yeah, exactly. I've heard stories about Templars and their methods, and they are gruesome indeed. We can hide it in the destroyed Staller warehouse.
Mhm.
But I honestly think that, Gustav, if you want to capitalize on your newest, newfound contact,
Acquaintance.
acquaintance,
Yeah.
then I guess we can try and go to this wizard wherever he is. I don't know where he lives, right?
He seemed like a sincere guy. He was interested in the healing arts.
Mm.
And then he blew a guy's head up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to wizards, says Marla. They all seem very nice and eccentric, stuff like that. And then
Everyone's nice until somebody's head blows up.
Yes.
Something happened when he did too. His arm was temporarily paralyzed, or he said it was temporary. But
Magic.
I don't know. Never seen anything like it.
What do you think about this whole thing, Lambert? Asks Marla. Should we take this dagger? And she points at the weapon that, when you look at it, it really gives you the creeps, even though it's sheathed.
Was this one of the curved daggers?
Yeah. Should we take it to the wizard, so he can, keep it safe, and also maybe tell us something more about this? Because this sure as hell doesn't look like your normal old world weapon.
And you know where the wizard lives?
No, I don't. She looks at you, Gustav.
No. I was asking that to
Jade
Gustav.
College, but he did invite me.
He invited you.
Yeah, he said to come find him at the Jade College.
All right, well, let's go to wizard school, I guess.
Where is Jade College, actually?
I have no idea. From what I understand, these magic colleges just disappear and reappear. So it might be tricky to find.
We should ask.
He's still dealing with the mess right now. He said he was a magister, which I assume is some position of authority over there. And he said he would handle the any questions about what happened.
As I said before, and this day proves it, says Marla, we cannot travel alone or even in twos. We should go there as a group. I also don't think that we should travel the streets at night, if we can help it. It's much easier to get ambushed at night.
Yeah. And bringing that dagger down to the warehouse would be problematic at night.
Yeah. Now come to think of it, yes, that's true. But
I said we look for the Jade College in about an hour or two. But
I just need to pick up my suit.
yeah,
suit?
Yes.
This is what you guys have been doing? Oh, well, I have people swinging daggers at my head.
Gustav,
we also
Lambert?
lunch.
We also had lunch.
Something broke, Lambert. Can you repeat?
No.
Oh. We also ate lunch.
Oh. Yeah. Well, Gustav, Marla walks towards you and puts her hand on your head, ruffling your hair. Truth be told, you decided to stay there, and the guys did their thing. From what I understand, they want to go to the club, right?
Correct.
You have lunch, buy suits, and then go to the club.
The club that was mentioned in the letters.
I know,
Correct.
I'm just...
Well,
we have different days.
In our defense, you were just going to look up some books. How dangerous is that?
As it turns
Very
out, very
apparently.
dangerous. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, seriously, how are we supposed to know?
All right. Now we know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yes.
So we can take precautions next time, says the girl.
Yeah.
The important
We
part is
will-
that if we screw up next time, someone might get hurt much worse. And tell me, do you still want to go to that Gorina woman if you think that she's involved in this, for now, botched assassination attempt?
I don't want to meet with her now. Like I said, I think we should follow these leads with the Jade Wizard, the club, and then thirdly, or simultaneously see if we can pay some kids or somebody to keep an eye on her, so we can figure out where she is, what she's doing.
That's a great idea, says Marla, actually. Yeah. Lots of street urchins in Altdorf who would do this sort of thing for a few pennies per day.
Yeah.
So, sure.
All right. Start my own little birds group.
Yeah. Gustav, if you want to take care of your wound, roll, medicine skill or first aid, or whatever you have.
I have a heal skill and I have surgery, which gives plus 10. If somebody else has heal, could they help?
If someone else has.
I do have heal.
Yeah.
I could assist.
So you can assist him. So yeah.
So plus 20.
Yeah. So plus 20. Mm-hmm.
Say it's funny. I totally forgot I had heal.
I'm gonna use a luck because I really want to heal right now.
Okay.
Because this is my thing.
I think you've passed with plus 20, right?
So it's 1d10.
Yes, if you roll. Yeah, also remember that you need to use bandages for that. I mean, that's not stated in the book, but we always played it like that. Bandages are, I believe, like a single penny per roll. Let's say that you have roll me d6. And also you, Johannes, because you are also a medicine man.
Okay. D6.
Oh, D16.
6.
I was about to say.
Okay.
I have 3.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, the freaking. I think the battery's dying on my keyboard.
Yeah, something keeps on happening, but it doesn't quite go through.
Maybe it's just roll 20. Sometimes it can act all weird. I can roll for you, Brian, if you want.
Yeah, please.
Okay,
no
worries.
It's loud for some reason.
You have 5. Nice.
Okay, so I have 4 now.
So
I
now
guess
you have 4, and then you roll. Yeah, I think it's 1d10, I believe. Yeah.
icon works.
Sorry, what?
There's a roll icon. Oh, cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're on full heal. Remember that you only heal 1d10 if you're lightly wounded. If you're heavily wounded, you only roll 1. You only heal 1. And you can only really heal once per day. Also remember that.
Okay.
But you are on full heal, so everything's so good, right? All right. So what are you guys going to do now? You've bandaged yourself, Gustav. Your clothes are still kinda torn and slightly bloody, but then again, all your clothes are. You guys' clothes are not in the best shape. This is old world after all, and you don't go to laundry every day, right?
My expensive quality clothes that I got from the Stallers.
Okay, so you dress in them. All right, sure. Johannes, Lambert, what about you guys?
Well, I still have to pick up my suit. from the tailor.
You can do this on the way because the tailor is on the way. Yeah.
Okay. We'll do so. When you're ready, Gustav, we'll just make a quick stop at the tailor shop. I won't put on, or I mean, I don't know if I can put on my suit and then go, and then we'll head over to see the Jade Wizard. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last thing I want to do while we're here, I have 3 of my father's the medical journals. I'm gonna take the first one, and I'm gonna wrap it up in some fabric or something as a gift.
Okay. Sure.
So this is like the most rudimentary, like barber surgeon knowledge I know, and I don't need to refer to this book anymore.
Of course.
And it's gonna be a gift for the Jade Wizard for saving
Are we
me.
supposed to bring gifts?
I think this will do. I'm not sure what to buy a wizard, but I think they're keepers of knowledge. So
how long are you gonna need, bud?
Middle finger, or old world equivalent of middle finger.
I was asking like a genuine question. How long do you need?
Oh no, I'm just gonna wrap it up right now.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were making some sexual joke or something.
No, you're just being a dick.
Gustav, says Marla, I understand that you're angry after being attacked, but Lambert was trying to be nice to you. You know that.
Sorry, I'm just on edge today.
Clearly, right. I'll meet you boys downstairs. I need to tell my boss that I'm going out with you. See you in a few, she says, and she goes downstairs.
Oh, she's going out with you.
Yes.
That's hot.
That's fine. After that, yeah, Gustav, you've wrapped the book, in a piece of fabric, stuffed it into your backpack or bag. I don't recall what you have exactly. And then you make your way, all of you, I presume, you make your way downstairs. You see that Marla is already waiting for you by the door, and you exit the tavern. Sorry, the inn, actually. And you go outside, trying to find the Jade College. So, if you want to do that, you will need to make me gossip tests. Or, since you've been in Altdorf for some time, you can roll Common Knowledge Empire minus, I would say, 15%, because not one of you is a wizard.
I'm a big gossiper, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think my gossip
let me go work the crowd.
is better than common knowledge with a minus for sure. So I can I roll gossip as well?
Of course. Gustav, you as well if you want to. Oh no, you've passed. Yeah, you've passed. Nice. Sorry, Ben. Once again.
I'll help Johannes out in his gossip test.
Okay, yeah. So he passed it even better. Lambert, you and Johannes, you went out. Actually, Marla is sticking with Lambert. Johannes, you are sticking with Gustav. All of you are relatively nearby each other as you make your way through the very busy street of 100 taverns. So you see each other practically all the time. And eventually you learn that the Jade College is located in the northern part of the city, not far, honestly, from the University of Altdorf. It's located near the northern gate, somewhere here. Ping.
Okay.
So probably it will take you like less than an hour to reach this place. They've of course the people that you ask for the college, they look at you and like, hey, you want to find wizards, eh? What for? They are a dangerous bunch. Only a madman would seek out a wizard voluntarily.
This wizard owes us money.
Oh, in that case, very well. And he tells you, the building itself, it's a very strange one. You can't miss it. You'll know it when you see it. Trust me, it's a very strange one. Very strange one indeed. It's like all round.
Yeah, that's weird.
out of game, I actually know what that is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the most unassuming of all the colleges.
Yes, exactly. Except for the brown, for the Jade College.
Yeah, except for the brown college.
For the
Yeah.
Amber College, which is just a bunch of caves outside of Altdorf. Anyway, you've been given directions, and you make your way to the towards the Jade College. Now, I know that I've described this many times, but there's never too many times that I can really describe the streets of Altdorf during summer. Like the crowds, the horrible stench of sewers, and just overflown gutters. The fact that even cobble streets are constantly, like all the time, covered in some kind of grime, mud, shit that is thrown through the windows from the upper stories of buildings. Few times you've almost got splashed. Fortunately, just in time, you've halted, and the rain of dirty brownish water hits the cobblestones few meters in front of you, and more often than not, hits some poor bastard who's just cursing loudly but can't do anything about it and just continues walking. The people, the Altdorfers, you feel that there's this almost like a mania in the air. Like people are very on edge, and it's not just about the war that well, honestly still goes on, even though technically it ended. It still goes on in the north, from what you've heard. It's not only because of the way too many refugees, even in the better parts of the city. There are just too many people. It's like you're sitting on one huge powder keg that is about to explode. The fuse is almost gone. It's almost burned up. And when the explosion will happen, you're sure that that it will tear the capital of the empire apart. Maybe it has something to do with the Crimson Shade. Maybe it's something completely different, something else. You can't be sure. But something bad is brewing in Altdorf. Anyway, after about an hour, you reach the place. You reach the northern part of the city, and well, you see this. You see this very interesting looking building, very unusual, very unique. It practically just emerges from from behind a few houses that you've just passed. Let me quickly show it to you. I will later upload it, but for now I'm just going to put it here. Here it is. This is how it looks. You see it on the main screen?
Very brutalist.
Yeah. So this whole thing, it looks like a wall. Over 60 feet high, and it's taller than any of the surrounding merchants' houses because this is a pretty good neighborhood. As you approach the place, you see that it's built of brick, and the outer face is glazed green. Even from distance, you see that set into every block, there's some kind of symbol. You can't really make them, you can't really make them out. But as you approach, you see, you think you see spirals. You see the Triskel symbol, and you believe some kind of leaves. From the as you're getting closer and closer, you see that the wall is roughly circular. That said, the entrance that you can see on the art suggests that it's actually it actually forms some kind of a ring of a clockwise spiral. And the entrance to the building is a simple oak door set in the base of the wall, and you see 4 heavily armed and armored warriors guarding the entrance, and they are very interesting because they are all human. They're all dressed in greens, and they have they are wielding spears. They have like half plate armor, so very expensive, very well made. From the way that they're just standing holding their weapons, you know that they can use them, that they are veterans essentially. They're not your parade guard or just some amateurs. No, those are probably those are trained killers, trained fighters. One is very young, another is in his prime, the third one is middle age, and the fourth one is old, like really old. But even the old one looks like he could probably take on at least a few enemy combatants and emerge victorious. So, you see this. What is your plan now?
I think Gustav should lead the way.
Approach with the gift wrapped book that I have and say, "Hello, I'm Gustav. I was given an invitation by Corbinian Shrek."
You approach the man. They don't actually. You see one thing, Gustav. Unlike most of the guards in Altdorf, or actually in the Empire as well, and even in Marienburg, they don't look at you with this kind of reserved hostility. They certainly not friendly. I mean, they don't smile at you, but you also don't feel like they are trying to challenge you. To make you feel like we're tougher than you. We're stronger than you. They just look at you all. They all look at you in this rather neutral way. One of them, the middle-aged one, says, "Yes, Magister Shrek informed us that a young man with Marienburg accent named Gustav might be visiting. You are this man, yes?"
That's me. And these are my friends.
Your friends. Magister Shrek didn't tell us about your friends, but this is not important. You will need to wait here while we bring him. Please,
Well,
wait outside. Don't try to enter the college by yourself," says the middle-aged one. As he, turns around, opens the wooden door, and you see that he disappears inside. When he opened the door, you have this glimpse of lush vegetation, and you also, before the door closes, before the stench of Altdorf once again assails your nostrils, you smell a fresh forest. Just only for a brief second, but you smell like, completely out of town, fresh, healthy forest. The other guards just look at you with this, with these neutral expressions. They're not saying anything. Yeah. So.
Lambert goes around to each guard and offers his hand. He's like, "Hi, I'm Lambert Cherryheart."
They look at you, but they're not, they're not shaking your hands. They just.
I just moved to the next one.
But they all of them actually, they just nod at you, and they're saying, "Hello, Herr Cherryheart." But
Well, these guys are nice.
But unfortunately, that's it. Marla is sticking close to you, Johannes, and she's whispering, "You think that they will let us all inside?"
Sure, why not?
I imagine so. The Corbinian seemed like an easygoing guy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, a wizard.
Very approachable.
But he is still a wizard, says Marla. And I've heard tales about them, I don't know if they're true, but usually they're not very good.
Are we just gonna dip into stereotypes now? Like Marla, what stories have you heard about halflings?
Oh, that's not the same, Lambert, alright? I
Is
never.
it not?
No, I don't have problems with short people or with short birded people or even with elves. But wizards who can summon firestorms and turn people into frogs, and the priests, they tell us every week that magic is the source of all evil in the world, right? That's something different.
And yet they tolerate the colleges being here?
Well, they. I guess. I don't know. I'm not a politician, right? And I'm not a historian. I don't know what's the deal with colleges, but all I know is that if you ask most people on the streets about wizards, most of them will make the sign of their chosen god. Look,
Fun.
I'm afraid, all right? That's
No,
all.
you're totally fine to be afraid. I'm sure that the wizards get up to some real spooky shit. But
Meanwhile,
it can't be any spookier than what a Templar would be doing.
Templars are not spooky. They are outright terrifying. I still remember this.
Sounds like a little bit of a double standard.
No. All right. You know what? Maybe I.
How about this? We reserve the judgment of this guy. Maybe wizards as a whole kind of too spooky for us, but
Well,
this guy.
He's not one of these fire wizards or wizards
Yeah.
of death or.
Yeah, I met a shadow wizard once. He was fucking weird. I'm not a fan of that guy.
Nice. Death
Don't even know what
wizards,
that is.
fire wizards, shadow wizards. What's next? Animal wizards.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
I think they have those too.
I think I have one of those. I think those are normal these days.
You're not helping, she says. Johannes, what is your take on all of this?
Well, registered mages are a part of the empire, and we have them all here supporting the emperor and his cause. So, I mean, although magic is personally not for me, if it serves the glory of Sigmar, I don't have any problem with it.
She nods.
I think this is one of the only places in Altdorf we're not going to have to look over our shoulder.
Hopefully. Actually, when you say that, you remember the
You immediately look over your shoulder.
Yeah, you remember the very brief glimpse of the huge lush forest inside, and you remember the smell. You also remember just a few hours before the way a man's head and shoulders just exploded when struck by a bolt of green lightning. Actually, not even lightning. It was just a thin beam of green light.
And another guy had thorns growing out of him.
Oh, come on.
Dude, that's so fucking rad.
Says Marla. Please stop. Like he had thorns growing from him?
It looked excruciating, and he's the one that got away.
Fantastic, she says.
It should be easy to find then.
He's just snagging on everything.
He's probably hobbling. He's probably still hobbling back to Gorgarina now. Like, every step hurts.
You see that suddenly the door opens again, and first
He's just sitting here laughing about it.
yeah.
No, out of character, I laugh. Like, I don't think Gustav would laugh at that. That's suffering.
Honestly, that would be a very human thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the door opens, and first the guard emerges, the middle-aged one, and after him emerges the Magister. A middle-aged man, you think. You're not really sure. He's dressed certainly very uniquely. I mean, you can see his artwork in handout section. I've also had at Jade College. Corbinian Shrek is, that said, he has trousers. He also has the long, like, cloth covering his lower parts, but he also has green and brown trousers, high boots, and a light green shirt. That said, he has a staff. Staff that looks well. It looks like it looks very organic, so to speak. It looks
An
like
organic pitchfork.
yeah, it looks like it's made from entangled pieces of wood, and there are of course you even see like flower heads here and there, like some pieces of twine and sticks. He has a long greenish cloak with the tree scale symbol, similar to the symbols covering every single block of the college. Now that you're closer, you see that actually every single block is covered in those strange symbols, various symbols, like I said before: spiral, tree scale, leaves. You think oak leaves. You're not really sure. Gustav, you also see that he probably is bandaged on his left side, on his left arm. You see, like coming from under the shirt, you see bandages. But his hand looks completely normal. He also has this maybe not light smile. He has a very neutral-looking face. He approaches all of you, and to your surprise, perhaps, bows. Welcome, Gustav. I see that you've brought friends. I am Magister Corbinian Shrek of the Jade College of Magic. I'm very pleased to meet you all, he says. And now he smiles, slightly, which honestly is not really unnerving. You thought that wizard smiling perhaps would be creepy, but no, he honestly smiles in a very nice way. You also
Like with the
yeah, sorry.
Just like with the guards, I offer my hand and say, "Hi, I'm Lambert Cherryheart. What wonderful hair!"
He shakes your hand, not too hard, of course. He says, "Oh, thank you very much. I try to keep it in shape," he says. And you also smell. You only now smell this, Gustav. You don't think that you smelled it in the library, but you think that the man smells of slightly of damp moss, perhaps. It's not an unpleasant smell, but certainly rather unique. So you decided to visit me. Actually, sorry. He waits for all of you to introduce yourselves. I mean, Lambert already did that. Johannes.
Yes. Hello, Herr. I forgot your last
Shrek.
name already. Shrek.
Yeah, like the ogre, essentially.
Yeah. Yes.
Down my swamp.
Oh, and by the way, am I carrying my suit in a bundle, or am I actually wearing it?
Yeah, actually, because you stopped by to grab the suit. It's up to you, Sean. You decide.
I think I'd put it on immediately, just because I've been wearing these shitty clothes for so long.
Yeah. So you look really posh.
So I flourish and bow. I am Johannes Knappen at your service.
Very nice to meet you. And you, lovely lady? He asks Marla. Marla, bows slightly and just mumbles something like, I'm Marla. Nice to meet you. He once again nods, smiles, but then he looks at you, Gustav. Raises one eyebrow. So, you've decided to visit. I honestly wasn't sure that you would. I want you to know that this whole mess at the library has been taken care of. Had to explain a few things, and the body was taken away by the authorities. But I didn't mention you, Gustav.
Thank you, and I wanted to formally thank you for stepping in and saving me.
Well,
And I hold out the book that's gift wrapped.
Well, and he wants to say something, but then he sees you producing the book. You see that he's slightly surprised, but takes the bundle. Oh, what's this?
It's my father's notes on barber surgery. I don't need to refer to it anymore. And
I see. Oh, he unties the bundle. Looks at the book, opens it, and quickly, goes through a few pages. Of course, he's not like reading every page; just looks at them very quickly. Thank you, but why are you giving me this?
I figured maybe you have a student that's more suited to the barber surgeon arts than the Jade College
He
someday.
he smiles slightly, and then gives you the book back. I thank you for the gesture, but first of all, this, from what I understand, belonged to your father. I think you should keep it. It's clear that it means a lot to you, and he gave it to you for some reason. But if you really want to do something good with this book, if you really want to, like, part ways with it, then I think maybe you should donate it to the medical college. We
I might
of
do that.
we of the Jade College, contrary to popular opinions, we do read. He says with a slightly mischievous smile and winks at all of you. But well, let's just say that our library is rather unorthodox. Anyway, and he looks at the guards. I would like to take my guests inside. Is that alright? The guards look at all of you. Magister Shrek, there's 4 of them. That's quite a lot. Yes, it would only take a few minutes. The older guard, not the oldest one, but like the 50s guard, looks at his colleagues, looks at all of you, looks at the Jade Magister, and says, "Very well, but please, not too long." "Thank you," says Magister, and then he, points towards waves his hand towards the door and says, "Please follow me." And I suggest that we take a 5 minutes break.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Don't make me a sandwich.
Yeah, before we enter the college grounds.
Sounds good. Be back in a sec.
Hello?
Oh,
I'm back.
yeah. I guess it's just us right now.
You what?
I said I guess it's just us right now.
Yeah.
Just stuffing my face a little bit here while we have a minute.
So do you have to go out and find your brother or something, or?
No, he just was being a hermit / grouch, and he's having a gout attack, and he just said his foot is really killing him.
Oh, okay.
He's just being cranky.
So you've established contact with him.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed that part of the story. I thought he was like.
Well, I mean, when I talked to you guys when we started, I hadn't contact or I hadn't heard back from
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
But while we were playing, he texted me back and said he was gonna call my dad. So call our dad. So that should be good. Yeah. Speaking of fucking insurance stuff, so I had that burst or leaking drain pipe, right?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on stuff. But I get in the mail a thing from a company that has lien in its title. I'm like, wait, what? And so instead of invoicing me, they apparently have this lien company sends out a thing saying like you have to, essentially pay this within 20 days of receiving it or some bullshit like that. I'm like, wait a minute. You told me you were gonna, contact the insurance, blah blah blah, do this, do that. Can't get a hold of you. And then I get this thing that looks like you're, taking me to court essentially. It's like, I'm not like super mad, but it's like, come on, bro.
Look, when I worked in collections for years. My wife still does. Like Arizona is one of the touchiest states. Like you can sue debt collectors for almost anything in Arizona. Like a lot of places don't even collect in Arizona. It's like the risk of lawsuits is so high. You know what I mean? Like, so the fact that they sent that to you, they completely bypassed their billing department and go right to a collection agency. Basically, the way it's worded and everything. You might want to talk to an attorney, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna call them up and ask them what their deal is, because it's like, I don't want to get on a bad foot with you guys, but this is fucked up, you know.
Like in North Carolina, it's like 60 days after date of service. Then they could send it to collections, and they have to send you a bill every 30 days until they do that. That's North Carolina. Like in Arizona, it's like all kinds of hoops they have to jump through. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
well,
the
that's
fact that they
weird.
just sent you that immediately, that's like, wow.
It seems odd to me. That's all I'm saying. I was like, I have every intention of paying it, but you told me you were gonna bill the insurance, so. And then the first time I see any numbers on it is this thing from this, so I'm like, hold up. That's all. I mean, I was like, they did fine work. Everything was cool. It's just the way that they
Yeah.
notified me of what I'm on the hook for was a little off-putting, to say the least.
We had refinanced the house to do some work on it, and like one of the things
Uh-huh.
we got was a new HVAC system. And it's like the funnest $8,500 I've ever spent. Like so we paid it with a check, and then the next week I get a call like, oh, we're calling about your bill for $8,500. How'd you want to pay that? I'm like, I did with a check. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they started calling like every day. Like the guy has the check, and at one point it was like taken out of my account, and they were still calling. I'm like, what is with you?
Yeah.
Like I know when I hand somebody $8,500, I don't forget it because I don't do that every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I would
It is
know that.
missing from my account. Like your guy has it or something. You need to like, I don't know.
Oh man,
Somebody
15,
cashed that check.
$15 leaves my account. I freak out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get to pay for my hubris.
Oh yeah.
While I was on eBay the other day, I won a bid on a Scathic Wraith Knight upgrade kit, and it was like $25. All right, cool. And then I didn't think about it until it had arrived yesterday. When it came in the mail, I was like, "Oh, cool, this is here." And I just had this like mild meltdown in the front yard where I was like, "Oh fuck, this means I have to buy another fucking Wraith Knight."
Oh.
I'm here.
Hey. I think we're all back.
Okay. So, yeah, we are here. Michael, Brian.
Let's go to college, boys.
Okay, yeah, you go to college.
What's our frat house name?
I don't know, but you will never pay your college debt, so you know.
Manimal House. Manimal House.
Animal House.
Manimal House.
Lambda, lambda, lambda.
Lambda Phi, yeah, something like that.
We're from Kai.
Okay. We don't have those.
No,
in
I
Poland,
like
by the way.
lambda, lambda, lambda.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Revenge of the
Lambda
Nerds.
is a lot better. It doesn't look as bad as Kai.
Yeah.
You enter the Jade College, and you enter into a completely different world than the one that you are used. Very quickly, you learn that the college is not. It's not like a round building per se. It's like a spiral. And you see that the spiral continues on the inside. To your left, the inner face of the wall is lined with buttresses and ivy, and other climbing plants grow over it. To your right, a line of trees and shrubs forms an almost natural-looking wall. The path itself is grassed over. As you walk around the path, you find that the stench of the city is replaced by the clean scent of nature, and the sound of wind in the trees and the distant flow of water replace the noise of human bustle. Some of you might realize there are few animals within this strange oasis, and even more aware of you, even those more aware of you, might realize that the outer wall is still to your left, so that they're actually the animals are actually no further from the city. Actually, sorry. So that you are actually no further from the city than you were immediately after passing through the gate. Nevertheless, it sounds and smells further away. After a single circuit, the trees and shrubs replace the wall on your left, and the right-hand side of the spiral becomes more varied. Sometimes trees and shrubs, sometimes patterns of stone, sometimes pools and streams of clear water. The ground rises in small artificial hills, creating constantly varying scenery, recalling that of various parts of the empire. Your guide, the Jade Wizard, of course, he leads you without even a second of hesitation. He knows exactly where he's going. He also doesn't seem to be fazed by the fact that the Jade College seems to be substantially larger on the inside than on the outside. And very soon, you realize that it took you over an hour to walk to the center, following the path. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, of course, there's no roof. If you look above, above you, you see the clear skies of the Empire. Naturally, there are, of course, sometimes more often than not, they are partially obscured by the trees, by the canopies of the trees. But you are in a completely different world, and I don't know, of course, how your characters deal with that. But I want you to know, Gustav, that Marla grabbed your hand very hard and squeezed it very hard. Because the building from the outside, it looked big, but not that big.
I'm taking a different approach. I'm gonna like put my arm around her and like soak in the view. This is amazing.
She mumbles something along the lines of, "That's not the word that I was looking for," with a slightly afraid voice, but at the same time you see that she's looking around with this rather inquisitive look on her face, like she's afraid and very curious at the same time. What about you, Johannes? How you react to this new place, this new like experience, honestly?
I feel like I am going to. Do I own a relic, or not a relic, a medallion? I feel like I not. So I need to rectify that. I will. I don't know what hand symbol off the top of my head. I can't remember what hand symbol uh Sigmarites use.
There are two. You are either doing the not crucifix, like you're making the sign of the hammer, or you are making the rather funny, admittedly funny, symbol of like passing two fingers in front of your eyes, like you're an 80s pop singer,
Okay,
and
cool.
it symbolizes
That's the comet.
the comet. There are two symbols.
Okay, well, I think I feel like Johannes would do the hammer, so I'm gonna mutter a the yea though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
Right. Gotcha.
and do the hammer symbol.
All right. What about you, Lambert? How do you react to this place?
I look at these two goons having a little crisis of faith, and I'm just like, guys, nature's the closest place you get for heaven on earth, man. Like, this is, if you really like seeing nature, you'll see it everywhere. This is just more raw than what we get in the city.
You said that about the pie shop.
I did, and I believe it.
Okay.
Speaking of which, this is giving me a good idea for a pie. I know he turned down the book, but Shrek, you wouldn't say no to a pie, would you?
No, if it's well made, I will never say no to a decent pie. Says.
All
Says
right,
the
I'll
wizard.
see it get sent over.
Thank you, he says. And of course, he's not commenting anything. He's not giving you a tour. He's not saying, "Oh, this tree is this," and this shrub is blah blah blah. Like he's walking in silence, because he probably just wants you all to take the whole thing personally, individually, so to speak. You also pass few other wizards and probably apprentices, young men and women in simple greenish robes with the strange symbol that you've seen. It's like this spiral with a single arrow, coming into the like not emerging from it, but actually like coming into the center of it. I will quickly show you this. There are naturally also, not only apprentices, but there are also like full-fledged wizards, just like Corbinian. Most of them, like male ones, they look like him. Almost all of them are bearded. They have long hair, and they really look like the stereotypical druid. The women usually have flowers and branches in their hair, look very healthy, and they smile broadly at all of you as they pass you by, but no one engages you in any sort of conversation. You don't see any guards. You don't see any watchmen. Any outposts. Nothing like that. Oh, by the way, this is the symbol that I was talking about. It's on the main screen right now. It can be found almost anywhere. It can be found, engraved into the stones, into trees here. It's of course present on the clothes of wizards and, including Corbinian himself. Eventually, let me quickly. Yeah, here it is. Eventually, after almost an hour, you reach a grove of trees, which you guess forms the heart of the college. These trees, predominantly oaks with a few ash, oak, yew, birch, chestnut, and sycamore among them. They almost certainly have been shaped by, you guess, the magic and perhaps patience of the magisters into a living whole. Branches and leaves form walls and floors, and at the center of the grove, a circle of mighty oaks form the walls and pillars of a great domed chamber, where almost certainly, the college gathers when it must take counsel together. And in the center of this circle of oaks is a huge waystone, faintly green tinted, carved with complex swirling patterns. You then see that around this are many smaller rooms, which have been created from those living walls. They are almost, you guess, certainly used by members of college when they choose to stay here. That said, and I want to emphasize this, even though you've met a few people here, there were only a few. You are probably surprised. During the hour that took you to reach this place, you've met perhaps 6 people, tops. You don't enter the chamber of the obelisk. Corbinian halts abruptly and turns around to you, and then looks expectantly at all of you. Welcome to the heart of the Jade College, he says. Not many people, ordinary people, he says, see this place. But because your comrade, and he points at you, Gustav, extends his hand towards you, saved my life today, just as I saved his. You are all privileged enough to witness this place. Now, please tell me, how can I be of assistance?
Well, I'm gonna take out the dagger, which I'm using my cloak to grab the handle. I don't want to touch it myself.
I presume that you had it in your backpack, probably, yes?
Yeah, or under my cloak, or wherever it would fit without raising suspicion.
Yeah, because I don't recall if you guys walk with your backpacks or not. That doesn't really matter.
I have a backpack, but my barber surgeon tools I keep at the shepherd's wand.
Okay, sure. You take out the dagger. You see that Corbinian raises one eyebrow, and to all of your surprise, Marla even squealed slightly. You suddenly see that very slowly, but or rather not slowly, but rather stealthily, a branch appears over the shoulder of the wizard and wraps itself around the dagger and takes it from your hand, Gustav. A nearby branch from a nearby tree.
I'm gonna gently and carefully let it go.
Also, without rolling, all of you see that. You notice in the corner of your in the corner of your eyes, you see that the branches, they move. And it's not about the wind. They move very slightly, very slowly, and almost, when you try to look at them directly, they don't. but you are pretty sure that the trees here, they move by themselves, at least to some extent. Another branch wraps itself around the handle, and with this shrink, the stereotypical Hollywood take the sword from the sheath sound.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, pulls the dagger from the sheath, and all of you, even you, Gustav, even though you saw that, you saw this weapon very well a few hours before, all of you probably make a slight grimace of distaste. You see a long blade, almost 30 centimeters long, curved and serrated on one side. It's very finely made, and you don't see any notches or any blemishes. But there's something in it that really gives you the creeps.
We weren't sure what to do with it.
You see that Corbinian extends his left hand to it, closes his eyes, mumbles something under his breath, then takes the hand away, opens his eyes once again. It's not magical, but it has some kind of resonance to it. Like it was used to perform things that are mystical in nature. Bad things, very bad things. The trees around us, they don't want this here. They say that it's not right. And when he says that, now even when you look directly, you see that the trees, they move faster, with purpose, like the branches. You hear the busting of leaves, the creaking of branches, almost like the forest reacts.
I mutter a quick prayer to Tal to protect me from one of his children.
Mm-hmm. Corbinian looks at the dagger and he says, I never seen anything like that, but this doesn't look so much as a weapon of war, more like a ritual kind of weapon. I would like to study it, mainly its composition, if that's fine with you, Gustav.
Yes, that would work for us. We need a safe place to keep it. We don't want to keep it, but we feel like it might have some use later on.
You did the right thing by bringing this to me. This sort of tool, of weapon, it's unmistakably evil, he says, with a short hesitation. Look, here you can see grooves for the blood, and actually you see that they are very thin, narrow and shallow grooves running along the edge of the blade. And this serrated edge here, it's probably being used to cut sinews and bone, I'm pretty sure. The tip is curved and triangle, which helps with piercing. It's an ugly weapon. But more importantly, the metal itself is strange. I don't think it's steel or iron. At least not completely. I need to spend some time, commune with the earth itself, and ask her to help me discover its origins. It might take a few days. I never asked you, Gustav, but I presume it probably has something to do with maybe some kind of an investigation that you're involved in?
Not willingly. We're more trying to get ourselves out of trouble here.
The crossfire.
I see. Well, that's That's problematic. The two men who attacked us in the library, they were ruthless. They didn't care about if they'd be seen or not. I'm pretty sure that if there were more students around us, and who would be trying to stop them, they would probably try and kill them as well. They weren't your ordinary cutthroats, bandits, thugs. They were focused and decently competent when it comes to handling a knife. And with that, he points at his left shoulder and winces slightly with pain, you see. As you can probably see.
How was your arm?
It will heal. Fortunately, the blades weren't poisoned. But we were lucky, Gustav. We had more luck than, perhaps we should have. Very well.
So these men that attacked us, it all seems to be centered around this crimson shade ring. I don't know if you've noticed the usage in the city going up.
Yes, I know about the crimson shade epidemic, as it is already called, especially in the poorer quarter to the east. We've been briefed by the authorities, by us, I mean all of the college members present in Altdorf. With the Emperor and Reichsmarshal still being in the north and the majority of Altdorf army out of the city, there are grim rumors about what might happen if the situation will get out of hand. Crimson Shade is a nasty drug. I mean, all drugs are bad, but Crimson Shade is especially dangerous because it greatly enhances anger in its users.
That's actually why I was looking for a book on the botany of Astalia, so I could hopefully find a way to counteract its effects.
He looks at you with you see that there's an appreciation in his eyes. You want to help with this situation.
Yeah, there's at least one person I know of that has died, or probably died, as a result of an overdose.
Lambert, you were saying something?
Yeah, I mean, should we just go ahead and tell him? He seems like an okay chap.
Corbinian chuckles slightly. Thank you, that's very nice of you to say.
I don't mean anything mean by that. I'm just saying. We've had to be very careful.
I'm honestly flattered by this. Thank you. If you want to say anything to me, I mean, you are safe here, and I can see that you are good people. Not only me, but he also points at the, he does the like circle symbol with his right index finger. The forest. The forest also feels that you are, as you eloquently put it, Lambert, okay.
I look to Johannes and Gustav first, and then I don't know if anyone's really paying attention, but I very clumsily make the cross my two fingers in front of me and say, well, and then I'm going to do sleight of hand to toss a coin for luck on this. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Shrek to notice that I'm tossing a coin. Where is it? Where's sleight of hand?
I see here.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I toss a gold crown, like a whole gold crown.
I was testing to see if I noticed the cross fingers.
Yeah.
He would notice the cross fingers because I did that openly.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where did you toss the coin?
Out into the woods.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. You're sure that the wizard didn't notice that? You're sure?
Yeah.
And I mean,
I hope that's not. I hope it's not considered littering.
I mean, the rest of you
Smokey
can,
the Bear's gonna be on your ass.
yeah, the rest of you can roll if you want to spot that. But Michael rolled 2,
Yeah.
so that's only a single step from rolling 1, which is the ultimate success. So I'm not sure that you'll be able to pass 5 success levels, essentially.
You don't want it? I'll
So,
test.
uh,
Okay. No.
I mean, he rolled 2 on 61, so that means that he has 5 full successes, success levels. Marla is not even going to roll. She's still pretty
Yeah.
spooked, and she actually clings to your arm very hard, Gustav, almost to the point that it really starts to like ache slowly. Johannes, if you want to roll or not, it's up to
No,
you.
I don't. I don't need to
Corbinian still looks at all of
be aware
you
of it.
and says, "Well,
Well, I don't want this to come back to bite me in the ass, but I'm related by blood to somebody who I thought I had trusted to keep, the importance of our clan in mind, and instead, I think that's been swayed or corrupted in some way. That now he is. Man, I hate beating around the bush. All right, I'm going to be honest here. My uncle is moving Crimson Shade.
he just looks at you. He's not saying anything. He
And
waits for you to
he is
finish this.
doing this in partnership with some gang at the behest of some shadowy dude I think I saw in his office. And my uncle's never been a violent man, but he struck me when I confronted him about this. And has become determined to kill these two if they so much as get in the way. And I've been, in my own way, been running interference to convince him that they are not his primary problem. And at this point, we're in extremely deep and could use any help we could to get out of it. Yeah. I don't want my family to be harmed. There's a lot of them. We're halflings. We breed like rabbits. But I can't say I would miss my uncle after this.
There's this silence as you're saying this. Corbinian looks at you. He also takes a glance to you, Johannes, to you, Gustav, to Marla. Then he's saying,
I nod,
Mhm.
like what he says is true.
Johannes, you're not saying anything, right? Just
Yeah, no, I'm just
in the
yeah,
silence,
I'm nodding as well.
in the awkward silence that fills, I just go, I mean, you do dumb things to help your friends. And outside of my uncle, this is the closest family I have.
Aw.
The Jade Magister, nods his head and says after a few seconds, "We of the Jade College, we always respected halflings a lot. You people you live in harmony with nature, and the mood is practically a model for what it means to live in harmony with nature. We wish that more of the Empire would look like that. Then I think not only our fair nation, but the whole world would be a better place. It saddens me greatly to hear that one of you turns to selling this abominable substance that is extremely addictive and very destructive when it comes to the health of its users. Crimson Shade not only burns out muscles, but it but it is especially deadly against the mind. It turns people feral and turns them into addicts. Now, we don't have the whole picture, and by that I mean, by we I mean the colleges of magic. Probably because, well, this is still the Empire and we are not entirely trusted, but also because, from what I understand, the authorities, the Altdorf authorities, they want to be the ones to discover who's behind all of this. Well, and also, there are not too many of us right now left in Altdorf. Most of us haven't returned from the north yet. But from what we gathered, from what we've been told, is that the shade is being sold on the streets for a very low price, unnaturally so. It's not a cheap narcotic, but from the information that we received, it turns out that the selling price is ludicrously low. It's like someone wants people in Altdorf to take this drug, literally flooding the streets with it. And that's the second problem. It's made from Estalian oak. Estalia lies relatively far from here. It's on the other side of the mountains, on the other side of Tilean, which is on the other side of the mountains to the west from here. The Black Mountains, to be more precise. It takes a while to reach this place. It takes a while to come back from this place with shipments. You can make this here. I mean, you can if you have a large quantity of Estalian red oak, but remember
So this is made somewhere else?
No. Remember that the Empire is rightfully so proud of the quality of our own trees, of our own oak. After all, we've been using them for centuries, ever since the time of Sigmar, to create not only our houses, but also, to create our war machines, our fortifications, our ships. We never had a need to import oak from overseas. That's what I'm saying, is that whoever is importing Crimson Shade in such large quantities and selling it for such a low price, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
This has the attention of a witch hunter as well. There was
We know, we've been briefed by them as well, he says with a slight distaste on his face. The Templars of various temples, especially those of Sigmar, of course, they've asked for our potential help in dealing with this problem. They are also involved because, from what I understood, a few prominent families in Altdorf have been victims of people under the influence of Crimson Oak, of Crimson Shade. Those prominent people.
Yeah, we saw them at the crime scene.
Yes, just a second, Brian. Those prominent people have friends in high places, and having friends in high places usually means that you can count on witch hunters to take interest if something bad happens to you. After all, the temples love their donations from important people, right? And he smiles slightly. Now, please, Brian, now you can say what you want to say.
Oh, I was just saying that we were at one of the crime scenes where this happened. That's where we met the witch hunter. I think Klepper was his name?
No, Ginter Klinger.
Klinger, that's it.
Never heard of the man. But then again, I don't really associate myself with the Hounds of Sigmar unless I absolutely need to, he says. He didn't use this term as a, as a curse or in derogatory way, but you can hear that, he's not a fan, essentially. Especially you can hear that, Johannes.
I figured if we brought the dagger to him, he would have too many questions.
You made a smart choice not to bring the dagger to him, unless he was smarter than your average witch hunter. He would probably ask you a lot of really unpleasant questions. But to me, it seems that you are already neck deep into this investigation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all I can do for you right now, unless I'm mistaken, is to analyze the structure of this blade. Use my talents to discover maybe not its origins, but its composition. This could answer some questions for us. Other than that, I know if I can help you in any way, please tell me, and I will try and do so.
Are you any good with bad poetry?
No, not really, not my forte, unfortunately.
Okay, well, never mind.
Do you know anything about the Triangle Club?
What triangle club? I'm not really a club person. As Jade Wizards, we, especially during this time of the year, you probably noticed that there are not too many people in here. That's because we are out and about. We roam the wilds. We help clear the forests. We help keep the forests of the Empire clean from beastmen and greenskins. We tend to sacred places, and we make sure that those places, warped by the Northern powers, can regain their blemish once more. Can regain their splendor once more.
Alright, got it.
We're not really good with cities. I'm sorry to say that. We're still a bit better than our Amber Wizard cousins, he says with a slight smile. But you might be wanting to ask someone else, perhaps a Gold College Magister. The Alchemists. They are... wait a second. Their college is located not far from here, near the river. Or, if you feel really brave, you can try and find one of the Grey Guardians, Shadow Wizards. Though no one in their right mind searches for one. But also, no one knows cities and urban affairs better than a grey wizard.
Interesting.
All I can say, and he looks at you, Gustav, as a final farewell gift, is that I suggest that after today's adventure, Gustav, that you may want to stick with the rest of your party. Those men will return.
We've discussed that.
Yes. Those men will return to finish the job. I'm pretty sure about this. And if they know about you, they probably also know about the rest of you. I've given you information about what I know. And that's true, you actually didn't know that the shade has been distributed for a very low price all over the city. I've also let you know that the authorities are aware of this problem and they are doing their best to combat it. And I can help with the dagger, but for now, I'm afraid that's all I can do. And you see that he looks genuinely sorry for that. He looks like he wants to be able to do more, but yeah.
I appreciate the help. And thanks again for saving my skin back there.
He nods. I also want to thank you. We stood against those assassins together. you've helped me as much as I helped you. This means something. If I'll be available, present in my college, you can ask for me anytime you are nearby, Corbinian Shrek, and I'll make sure that you will be treated as guests here.
I tip my hat.
Now,
I don't have a hat, so I just bow.
Marla also bows her head slightly, but doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
You see that she's looking constantly all around herself. That said, the trees are now they they're not as agitated as before. You also didn't you didn't cut the moment, but the dagger is no longer here. The branches took it. You don't see it anymore. It's probably being it's now being stashed somewhere by the trees. Right. I will now take you to the exit. We will use shortcuts through the forests. I wanted to, and he also smiles once again. I wanted to show you all of the interesting details. Not too many people from the outside have a chance to visit our college, so I thought that this would be something interesting to you, something that you might be telling others about later over a mug of beer.
It's okay, buddy. I understand when you want to brag.
He says, he once again raises one of his eyebrows and thank you. That's very forthcoming from you. Right, follow me, please. And he points to a grove of trees. You see that the branches essentially just they move apart, and you see that there is a narrow passage through the branches. This will bring us to the entrance or exit much faster. Follow me, please. Oh, and don't I should have told you this before, but don't wander off yourself. Don't wander off yourselves.
Don't worry.
The forest will react to that, and not in a pleasant way. You hear that for a second. He was very serious when he told you that, but not deadly serious, but serious enough. And with that,
while we know we're not being followed by, or likely followed anyway, I think we should discuss where we're going next, so we're not just standing outside.
Yeah. You follow the man once again. As you travel, Corbinian doesn't say a thing, so you can talk between yourselves without problems.
Well, I don't know if it's too late for us to go looking for the. Oh, I know what I'd like to do. I'd like to figure out how we can get people to watch Guarina for us and report back to us. Because last time we did it sort of at the square in front of the whatever that building was. I forgot. The Hall of Records, was it?
No, you mean the Palace of Retribution?
Well, no. The Palace of Retribution is where she's at. But I'm
Yes.
saying for Heberd.
Oh yeah. It was a Hall of Records. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And so it was in a different part of town. So I'm thinking that we'd have to go over to near the Palace of Retribution in order to do that. Correct?
You want local kids too, right?
Right. In order to find local people who would be able to keep an eye out for us. That's my understanding of how street culture works.
I mean, you probably know without rolling that if you want to hire, a street kids like that, you usually pay them up front, like a penny or two, and then you say that you will pay them more after they finish the job, so they won't run away with the penny that you just paid them.
Yeah, I've got this. I've got this.
But no, my question is not that mechanic. My question is more. I think we have to go to the area where we want the street urchins. We can't just go to like, hey, here at Street Urchin Central. We'll send street urchins to any part of the city.
No.
Yeah.
You don't understand here, buddy. You don't understand here. And I've got this. Don't worry about it. I got this.
Okay, being a street urchin yourself, you understand. No
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well then, so, and then we think that the triangle is down. I don't remember how to ping the map. Is it control? I don't know what it is. Control left click.
You want to ping? Yes, you
there we
have to.
Oh, there we go. Do you see a ping? I'm trying to ping.
Yeah,
there
I see it. Yeah, here. Yes.
I was thinking there, or somewhere along that wall is where the club is supposed to be.
Yeah, you know that the club is somewhere here, but you know somewhere here. You would need to ask, you know, more people about it. You can roll Common Knowledge Empire, and Gustav, you can roll Common Knowledge Wasteland about the clubs.
Oh, I just rolled a 1.
Whoa! Gustav rolled 1, Johannes rolled 94.
I don't even know what a club is.
Yeah, Lambert, you can also roll Common Knowledge Empire, of course, if you want.
Club is something you beat people to death with.
Yeah, Marla failed completely.
Let's see if I gotta find it real quick. I don't have common. Oh no, there it is.
Nice. Lambert, you know, you have a fair idea of how clubs work in the old world. That's it, Gustav. You, perhaps because of your, you know, interesting life in Marienburg and hanging with interesting people, you know that if clubs in the Empire work exactly the same way as they do in Marienburg, getting inside, like you don't just walk into a club. The clubs are almost exclusively for the high-end clientele, not necessarily nobles, though there are exclusive clubs for nobles, and you're not sure if Golden Triangle isn't for nobles only. Probably not, because schnitzers were not nobles, they were merchants, and Gaston was admitted into the club. But you can just enter a club from the street. You need an invitation from someone who is already a member of the club, and he needs to bring you in. He's responsible for you. He vouches for you, essentially, and they never allow just, you know, even if you know someone who's member of the club, you still need to be part of the life associated with the club. So, for example, a club for explorers, they would only allow people who are, well, explorers who are interested in geography and travels, you know, cartographers. Explore stuff like that. Martial clubs, they wouldn't allow, for example, a Shalian inside. They would probably only cater to ex-military or current military, you know, mercenaries, soldiers, stuff like that. So that's what you know, Gustav. Golden Triangle, if it's like explorer themed, well, you know, getting inside might be very interesting and hard. You also,
I'm going to relay this information.
yeah.
Well, it's that's good to know. So we probably can't use these invitations that we have, but don't you guys think it would be useful to know where the club is, and maybe also have people watching that for us to see who comes and goes and when? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I get what I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Okay. So, since we're doing our best to not put ourselves in any more danger than we're already in.
What was the suggestion? I'm sorry, I was typing.
The suggestion is now that we know that that we can't really get into the club, that
Well,
we at least try to find it so that we can again put
you can
spies.
you can get into it probably by ordinary means. Whether you can't get into it at all is completely different thing, right?
I see what you're saying.
You have invitations.
But we have to know we have to know where it is
Yes,
first.
of course.
That,
First,
that,
you need to
that's,
locate it. Yes, of course. Some clubs are very secretive, of course, and that's why many of them have bad reputation in the Empire Society, because they are, associated sometimes with less than legal crowd. For example, secret societies, cults, stuff like that. But other clubs, of course, are very open and very they even want to be known. They even want to because usually their members are very important people, very powerful people. So this brings prestige to a place. You're not sure what kind of club the Golden Circle is. If it's want to be known, or is it the more secretive, type.
I'm going with.
I would hate going back to that place, but the place with all the hippies. That might be
Golden
someone to ask.
Red Dragon.
Red Dragon, yeah.
Are we splitting up?
No.
No.
No, says
No.
Marla.
I think we need to, as best we can, get as much information as we can about this Guarina chick. So I think my opinion is that the first order of business is to get somebody watching her.
I need to get
So
the
we know.
kids.
Right. Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yeah, Wu-Tang's for the children.
That's the only thing I think. I guess technically we are on the side of town that is closer to the Red Dragon. I mean, we could stop in on our way to the Palace of Retribution.
Well, you are here currently. Number 12 is Jade College, and Red Dragon is number 7 because it's on the grounds of the university. So yeah, naturally.
So why don't we do that? We can stop back in and just and maybe try our thing since she's been known to be seen there. We can we can tell Clodamiro to send a lad over with information if she's ever shows up at the place again. No?
Do some good here. I can go ahead and get this ball rolling for getting us some informants.
Let's do it.
All right.
So let's go to the Red Dragon, and we'll have some more of that delicious dwarven ale.
Marla says quietly, "Excuse me, but how do we know if this whole, what's the name, Clodomiro, is not a friend of her?"
Oh, he seemed like
They sent people after me after we left the place. And that's the only place I think we mentioned her name prior to this.
Did we mention her name? I thought it was him who mentioned the name. Anyway,
I think I think we were asking about her.
Okay. Because I thought that he was the one who that we weren't asking about her at first, that he was the one who brought up her name was something Guarina, or or Farina Guarina, So, but yeah, if you guys are worried about it, we don't have to go there. I mean, you were the one who suggested we go there, Gustav. So I don't know why.
Yeah, no, but now I'm thinking.
Now you're
There's
pushing out.
spies
I see what's going on. You're letting this woman make your decisions for you. I'm kidding, Marla. I'm kidding. Anyway, don't hate me. Okay, well then let's not go there, and let's go get our information network started.
As we are walking back to the Shepherd's Wand, I assume, right?
No, you're still in the college. You're still walking back to
Yeah.
the.
But from here, we're going to the Shepherd's Wand, right?
Well, yeah, sure. It
Okay.
is also on the way to the other side of the river. So yes, we are headed to the Shepherd's Lawn. Correct.
Gotcha. How many pennies y'all got?
Lots.
Pennies?
Yeah, just tell me how many you got.
I have 11 currently.
You have 11. All right. And what about you?
10.
10. All right. Well, we'll just call that a silver each. I'm gonna give each of you guys a silver and take those pennies off your hands.
Okay.
So that'll be total, and that will drop me down to that. So I've got 0 silver now. All right. As we walk by, I look by and try and find every possible, doesn't look like they could be a homeless kid or they could be
Mm-hmm.
a poor kid. But, the kind of kids that would strike me as they're probably quick on their feet. They're probably good with their hands kind of kids.
Yeah, but before that, you.
Yeah, I'm going to need to roll something.
No, you exit the college. Corbinian leaves you outside, and once again he bids farewell to you, saying, "I wish you all safe travels, and remember what I said. Be careful. If you ever need help, and you're nearby, and I'll be here, you can count on me." And he smiles, nods, actually bows to all of you, and then returns inside. One of the guards, the youngest one, closes the door to the college behind him. You are once again on the very hot, very stinky street of Altdorf. Actually, the stench hits you.
It smells way
Yeah.
worse because we were in such a nice place.
Yes, you were in a, lush, fresh forest, and now you're essentially just standing on a street right here.
Like,
it's not too bad.
Good analogy. A
Yeah.
good analogy for this was when my wife and I left Bourbon Street to go into a restaurant, and it was very nice and didn't smell like absolute all the worst things coming out of a human body mixed with seawater. And then left the restaurant and almost gagged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
see that.
it's even described in Outdoor book for second edition that, the stench, especially the stench of rotten meat and spoiled meat and rotting vegetables, on some streets can be so bad that people puke. And here, before the Jade College, it's not that bad, but it's still, compared to the forest inside, it's just horrible. You make your way back to Shepherd's Wand. Lambert, you took pennies from your comrades and given them the silver.
I'm looking for what check do I need to make here?
You want to hire a bunch of kids along the way, yes?
I want to send the same message of, here's a penny now. I need a job done, and if you want more money than this, to meet me at the Shepherd's Wand on the front step in 4 hours.
Well, you just make a gossip test, and I mean, probably free gossip tests if you want to hire a few kids. I don't know how many you want to hire.
No, that's not gonna happen. And then
Baker's dozen.
I'm gonna luck the last one.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
There
Nice.
we go.
Nice. Along the way, you spot rather fast the kind of kids who are actually good at this sort of thing. Street urchins, sometimes organized in small juvenile gangs, or who are just hanging together because it's safer that way. very like sharp kids, knowing that they know everything that's going on in their neighborhood. They are usually quick with it, and they are usually quick with their knives when it comes to snatching purses. So yeah. And how do you? I would like for you to RP this, Michael. How do you approach them? What are you telling them? What are you saying to them? What are you saying them? Stuff like that.
Kid, want to make a penny?
No. I've got a job.
I've got candy in my car.
No. I mean, this RP isn't going to work if it keeps getting interrupted with jokes.
Sorry.
But I've got a job
Mm-hmm.
that needs done. All right. A friend of mine is pursuing a woman. It's about love. It's about romance, and that's boring as shit. But he's paying me to do it, and I'm honestly kind of lazy. So I'm going to pay you to do it as well. I'm not without a heart. All right. I see you kids out here suffering. I see you out here doing your best, and I see some of you, like you two, or like you kids, thriving on the skills you've learned. I want to take advantage of those skills. All right. Here's a penny now. It's nothing. It's just a penny. Cool. But show up at the Shepherd's Wand in about 4 hours. Do you know where the Shepherd's Wand is?
They nod their heads.
Show up at the Shepherd's Wand in about 4 hours and ask for Lambert. And I'll have more money, the actual job, and I'll have a meal for you.
Most of those kids, they are, of course, dirty. They have, well, maybe not homeless rags on themselves, but their clothes are patchy at best. They are, of course, thin. Girls, they usually also have like shorter hair for, to look more like boys, and also because of lice and other stuff.
This will be good halfling cooking. It'll put meat on the bone.
Yeah, Shepherd's Wand. Yeah, we know where it is. Oh, yeah, it's run by the pointy ears, eh? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
That's the message that I give on to every little set of kids I see like that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Right. They, and you see that they are pretty unsure if you go through this, but the fact that you gave them money and the mention of the meal, especially mention of the meal, is very enticing to them, and they just nod their heads. Usually you speak to one of them, the leader. It's almost always the biggest kid, or almost always male kid, the oldest one, and he's saying, yeah, sure, yeah.
If I sense their hesitation, I'm gonna, if I have my arms at my side, I'm just gonna have one hand with the crossed fingers, really subtly.
Let me see then.
Put him more at ease. Lambert sounds like a cop right now.
Yeah.
You have to tell me if you were a cop.
Gustav, you see that not all of the kids probably got your message. I presume that you didn't flash the two-finger sign like over your head, yelling. It was more subtle like. Unless I'm mistaken, correct me then.
Yeah, it's subtle, and anybody that catches it, I'm gonna nod to them.
Yeah, but you see that most of them got it, and you even saw a few very subtle nods in your direction. That said, you really think that Lambert did a good job. Like, maybe it wasn't the cleanest one. You only had a single success on every single roll, Michael. That's why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. For kids like that, for groups like that, it was more than enough. Although, of course, you know that if, for example, he would try and double cross them after they go to Shepherd's Wand, it would be nasty. Like,
Yeah, it's
not
not gonna
maybe,
do
you know, kill him nasty, but, you know, even kids can be dangerous in large groups.
I don't know how many 8-year-olds I, as a grown man, could take on.
Well,
One
remember, it's the
I'm thinking
to
it's,
one.
it's only
uh,
it's the one who slips the knife between your ribs that counts, right? Or
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I could probably only take on like 2 before one got me,
yeah.
maybe
Uh,
3.
although you
How fast can I spin around?
yeah. Although you guess that it will probably not come to that. I mean, you know, Gustav, and you know that probably better than anyone else here because, you know, given your background, those kids, they would not hurt him. They would just probably make his life miserable. Pepper him with rotten fruit, you know, demolish your room, stuff like that. But you
Yeah.
also know Lambert enough to know that he will probably make good on his promise. So, yeah. And it took you like normally it took you like half an hour later to reach Shepherd's One because of your negotiations, Lambert. But when you finally reach your inn, yeah, you are pretty pleased with yourself. You did well.
All right. I have a few things to RP and make some tests, and then I've got to step away to use the bathroom.
No worries.
If that's possible. All right. Finron, I'm gonna need a bunch of stuff from the market, and I need your kitchen.
All right. So you enter the inn.
Yeah.
Finron, you know, looks at you. He's actually behind the bar when you say that, and he just nods. Right. He says, "You have a list."
I don't. I'm trying to feed about 15 kids, and I just hand them 2 crowns. I'm like, go grab me good stuff. Like, not the best, but go grab me some good stuff that I can cook up. You know, I need good flour. I need. You know, these kids probably haven't had a proper meal in forever, and I feel absolute like shit. I can only put on that good, you know, that I'm a rogue face for so long. Dude, I'm about to start crying in the streets, man. I need, you know, some good dry sausages that I can work with. I need eggs.
Gonna make him a shepherd's pie.
We can,
Oh, that sounds good right now. Shit.
yeah,
I'm
actually.
gonna make a, basically making quiche,
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
nice, very nice.
a sausage and egg quiche.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Now I would like to eat that. Yeah, Finron just nods his head. Yeah, we can do something about this. Sure.
All right, and then I guess I hop back in the kitchen to cook while the rest of you guys do your thing.
Yeah. So you go to the kitchen. You put on an apron, and you start cooking. And so I presume, Michael, that you want to hit the bathroom right now. So if you know.
Yeah.
So
Do I need to roll trade or what?
no. A roll isn't necessary.
right.
You just do your thing without any problems. Like, yeah.
All right, cool. All right.
Uh,
A lot of cooking commitments. He has to bake a pie. He has to.
Oh shit! I gotta make that fucking pie.
Yeah, he promised the
Fuck.
wizard that too, man.
Write that down in
He
my
wants
journal.
that pie.
Marla can help you out with that if you want, because
Thank you, Marla. You're a godsend.
she can also cook, and she has a soft spot for kids, to the point that when you were actually walking, she asked all of you guys, but like, I understand why we are hiring their services, but please, let's make sure that we don't put them in danger.
Yeah. No, they're just supposed to report on comings and goings and give us an idea of where this lady might be,
Right.
so that we don't run into her
Right.
unawares.
I'm just afraid because if those people are ruthless enough to attack a wizard and you, Gustav, in broad daylight in the middle of a public library, they would probably have no qualms with hurting children.
All right, I'll be right back.
But of course,
So we need to make sure that the kids know not to get too close.
yes, please. I couldn't live with myself if something happened to one of those kids, she says. And you see that she means it. All right. So after that, Marla and Lambert went to the kitchen in Shepherd's One to prepare the meal. Gustav and Johannes, what are you guys doing?
Well, it looks like we're waiting for them to cook food and waiting for these kids to arrive because I don't see anything else. What do you think we can do, Gustav, in the meantime? I don't, I
Um,
don't, I don't see if there's anything we can do without, endangering
Well,
ourselves.
you can ask about the Golden Triangle, for example.
Well, but we don't have to be near the Golden Triangle. We
No,
just can
no.
be near.
I guess.
Remember, Altdorf hasn't. It doesn't even have, I think, 1 million citizens, right? It's not.
Okay.
It's not New York, when, where
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's 100,000. I
Uh,
think it's like the biggest city in the world.
I don't remember. I don't have the numbers in front of me right now.
Like most are like 30,000 or
Oh, yeah, sorry,
20,000,
I
but
have it.
like
Okay, but this is the new lore. Oh yeah, sorry. No, in 2512, supposedly it had 1 million citizens, but like I said, it's new lore. But according to the one that we are actually using, I mean, we are using parts of new lore, by the way. I said that we won't, but whatever. But according to the old one, the second edition one, it had 105,000 citizens. As of 2522, which is the year in which the Storm of Chaos ended. So that's, I mean, for people back then, of course, it was lots of people, right? Huge number, but for us, it's nothing.
Podunk Town.
Yeah, you don't have to be close to the place that you are searching, that you are asking for, Sean. Of course, depending on where you ask, I can give you modifiers. So, for example, if you are asking for Golden Triangle only in Shepherd's Wand, I will give you minus 30% modifier for that. But if you are asking for Golden Triangle on the Street of 100 Taverns, you will get you'll get a basic test.
Okay.
can I help him out?
Yes, but only for a plus 5%. If you are asking for this club, for example, only among.
So it's like two dudes that want to party. Like, hey, where's this club at, man?
I mean, if you
Yeah.
are.
So what?
Mhm.
I was gonna say yeah. So what Gustav and I can do is essentially just go down the street, sort of bar hopping.
Yeah.
And gossip.
If for example you want to better your chances by spending some money on drinks, I can give you plus 15% even if you want.
Yeah.
That said,
No,
it will cost you at least 2 silver.
Yeah. Okay. I will gladly pay 2 silver.
Okay.
To have a few drinks for myself as well.
Okay. Also remember that if you are asking a certain social group, so for example, you are asking about what is probably a very expensive club, yes? So if you are asking beggars, you have probably harder time than if you would be asking nobles or rich merchants. But that said, Street of 100 Taverns is one of the busiest streets in Altdorf. There are lots of places here to meet, drink, speak, stuff like that. And if you are buying drinks, you also get a plus, what I was saying, 15 bonds, yes? So with Brian helping you, you get a total of plus 20%. That said, a single test is half an hour. Okay.
We don't want to go too far either, especially with getting drunk.
Yeah. No, we're just staying. We're staying within a block of the Shepherd's Wand.
Mm-hmm.
I would think. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, theoretically, we have 3 more hours to kill.
Yeah, I think so.
Before the kids show up. Something like that.
Halflings, man. It's always like, hey, let's eat over here and let's eat over here, and every 3 hours.
Second
So
breakfast.
gossip.
Yeah,
Alright.
Now
gossip
it's the
test.
kids' time.
So first gossip test.
You've passed.
With a plus 20, I pass. Yes.
Barely, but you've passed. Yeah.
All right. So that's the first half hour. I sort of pass. I'll do another. So do I just do 6 rolls just to kill time?
I mean, it's up to you,
or-
Sean. You can remember if you will roll exceptionally well, I will probably give you the exact place.
Okay, well, tell you what, I'm gonna spend 2 hours and see how I do,
Okay.
and then if I feel
Uh,
like I'm not satisfied, we'll spend an extra hour, and I'll spend an extra silver.
just one more thing. The
Huh?
2 shillings or 3 shillings, I don't remember. I think I said two, is only for a single
That's it.
test. If you want
Okay, all right.
another test with a plus 15, you need to spend another two.
Okay, oh, I will do that then.
Okay.
I will now end the second test.
Okay. So 4 shillings.
Yep,
Okay.
I've spent 4, and let me roll my gossip test. Boop.
Nice.
God damn. Still passed with a plus 20 though.
Yes, you still passed. That's so good.
God
That's so
damn.
good.
All right. Okay, so the first hour is not as productive as I would have liked. Okay, I am now spending my last 2 shillings for
hmm
before I have to dip into my gold. All right, big money, big money. There we go. That's
Nice.
what I'm talking
And
about.
that's all you need, honestly,
All right.
because you ventured the. For example, I will ping you this from Heads of Traitors to the statue of Wilhelm II here. Oh yeah, here. You ventured this part of the Street of 100 Taverns, past the Temple of Drama Theater, but practically almost every single building here, of course, is some kind of a place where you can eat, drink, have a good time. And naturally, it has very varied clientele. There are, of course, sailors, because the Reich is very close. There are, of course, city guards, soldiers, mercenaries. There are bands of drunken students who are just traveling from one inn to the to another, to drink beer and grope barmaids, bar wenches. That said, Johannes, you also had this, you had this knack for spotting people who might potentially visit places like the Golden Triangle. Young, good-looking, noble men and women, or young, good-looking merchant kids, essentially with money, who already had a few drinks in themselves, so they weren't too haughty and too obnoxiously just arrogant when they were speaking to you. And when you've offered to buy them drinks, they were more than happy. Especially with Gustav, at your side, who was also sweet talking them. And you spend almost like an hour and a half doing this, and eventually you learn about the location of the Golden Triangle. First, you've heard that, oh yeah, it's somewhere near the southern gate. Not sure where. Somewhere there. Yeah, it's I've only heard about this place, and stuff like that. But then you even got eventually you even got a full street name. You got a few like characteristic landmarks, that there's supposedly a shrine to a lesser known imperial saint, right on the corner of a street, on which the place is located. Is the saint is called Xavier. He's supposedly a Sigmarite warrior priest who was canonized a few hundred years ago. Another characteristic landmark is that on the same street there's a tailor shop run by a man named Lothar Kornblum, and it's called Kornblum's Clothes. Very original, I know. Here it is. And the slightly tipsy, you think nobleman, or rather noble kid, told you that, yeah, my dad, he loves visiting this triangle. He says that this place is just awesome, and he says that of course he says that because my mother is dead, like the horse that they are renting there, that they're incredible. Like they can melt butter with their you know what I mean, stuff like that. Yeah, man. I asked him to take me with him, but he said that this is just gross and this is fucked up, and like I don't understand, but what can I do, right? But you can't miss it. It has like this huge golden triangle on the sign above the entrance. Yeah, like it's
Okay.
supposed to be secret, but for some reason it's not really secret. I don't know what that's all about. And he's of course rambling and just
Oh, good. That's good to know.
yeah, but but then he says, "Oh yeah, but I mean, you are a nice guy. You are a nice guy. I like you. You are a nice guy, but I'm sorry to say that, but you won't be able to enter it without an invitation. You know how it works. But I can ask my father. I can tell him, not tell you, tell him that you are a nice guy, and maybe he can give you an invitation, eh?" Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, but of course, by that point he already had another mouthful of gin, and you see that his eyes are just glazed right now, and he's like, he probably one more round, and he'll probably end up under a table. So yeah.
Yeah. In a pool of his own vomit.
Yes, almost certainly. That's more than. That's more than certain. Gustav, do you add anything, or you're just letting Johannes speak?
I'm waiting to see if Johannes is going to slip him a laxative.
No,
Okay.
no, I don't mix business with pleasure.
Not this time. Okay, gotcha. So it took you almost, like I said, an hour and a half. It took you an hour and a half, but eventually you learn like I said, practically the exact location of the place. So tell me, what do you want to do now? If you want to do anything right now.
I think I think rather than get too far away from the rest of the group, if they're still cooking and we're waiting for these kids, that we probably just put on our smoking jackets and hang out in the our slippers and our smoking jackets and hang out in the common room.
Okay, yeah. So
What do you
carrying
say,
stuff up in the
Gustav?
cellar.
sorry, what was that?
I said I'll see if Marla needs any help carrying heavy shit up from the cellar or something.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the euphemism?
Yeah.
Bend over. Let me help you carry
Trying to
stuff.
get a workout in,
Yeah.
trying to build up muscle here. Need to add 40 pounds of muscle if I'm going to be a superhero,
Yeah, there you
Oh
go.
no, I'm stuck, stepbrother, or something.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, by the way, Sean, this place is supposedly located, you can add it. Actually, it's located relatively close to a place that you already know. You've been there like probably a few days ago, maybe a few weeks ago. In game terms, it was a few months ago, of course. The market called Markt an der Wand.
Okay.
Between Markt an der Wand and Zwillings Grab. I'm going to add this.
Okay. I remember we went there. I don't remember where that is, though.
Zwillings Grab. Here it is.
That's it.
Markt. It's in the south, located in the South Bank, of course. And the South Bank itself is the heart, as you know, is the heart of political and religious power in the city, and of course it features many upper class residences and even a few green spaces, which makes sense that a very expensive club is located somewhere there. Markt an der Wand is a mercantile area primarily serving the upper class who live in the surrounding South Bank neighborhoods. It is very posh. Now, when it comes to Zwillingsgrab with 2 L, sorry. It's south of the Cathedral of Sigmar is Zwillingsgrab, a quiet middle-class district full of tradesmen and merchants. It contains 2 cemeteries and several clock towers. Jewelers, embroiderers, and bookbinders are found in unusually large numbers. And the golden triangle is located between those two like places, somewhere between those two places. But like I said, you have the precise location, mainly thanks to the two characteristic landmarks: the statue of Xavier and the Lothar Kornblum's clothes shop.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, you once again enter the wand, and Johannes, you probably order something to eat. I mean, you are all pretty hungry. While Gustav, you are helping Marla with, with physical work. She is of course, very, very grateful. And by that I really mean physical, like she needs to carry like bags of flour and baskets full of onions, stuff like that. You are, after all, I mean, you are Lambert wants to feed a bunch of street kids, so he needs to make a lot of food. Johannes, you've probably ordered a meal, and this time you've been treated with a nice large dish of hen legs basted with vinegar. So actually really, really tasty. Michael, you here, by the way?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah, so
I didn't want to interrupt.
no, it's fine. Actually, I was hoping that you were here, because right now I'm just making descriptions for description's sakes while I'm waiting for you to return. I got you. You and Marla, you cooked a lot of food, and after an hour and a half, actually, Gustav returned to help you guys out with some like manual stuff, like bringing sacks of ingredients from the cellar, stuff like that. Johannes is probably somewhere in the common room, eating late lunch. Eventually, you did the whole thing, like the couple of pies, right? Quiche, the couple of quiches.
Sausage and egg quiches.
Yeah, exactly. Which smell, by the way, incredibly well. Gustav, you smell
because
it.
This is the Empire and we're in olden times. I'm gonna get just a couple pictures of the cheapest fucking ale they have.
Sure, of course, and probably the most watered down for the children.
Yeah.
Of course, the Finland doesn't even bat an eye when you are asking for this. And yeah, the kids arrived in force, in large force.
It's a very Christmas appropriate session.
Yeah, to the point that a couple of tables have been. I mean, there are tables outside of Shepherd's Wand.
That's where we're at. Is the outside tables.
Yeah, but
I don't want to impede on his regular business more than we already have.
But Finron actually brought out more tables, brought out more chairs and stools outside for the kids, and you've put the quiches down. You brought out the beer. The kids all sit outside. Just there are probably like more than a dozen of them, almost 20. And they look at the food with wide eyes. Of course, it's freshly cooked, so it's still smoking, still steaming. A few waiters and waitresses from the wand are pouring beer into wooden cups for the kids.
I just gesture for them to go ahead and eat.
Yeah,
and I'll talk while they eat.
And they just devour the food. You see that it's clear that those kids, they're not eating well. Probably they're not even eating every day. They're just like a pack of very hungry wolves. The food disappears in a few minutes. You even see, and all of you gather outside as you look at this. Johannes, you are just finishing your hand legs. Marla stands right next to Gustav. Lambert, you are also there. You see that some of the kids even have tears in their eyes as they are devouring the food.
That's right. That's right, Michael. Go ahead and hammer it in. Hammer it into my heartstrings.
Yes, I know. That's. I'm doing my best. And yeah, eventually, not even a single.
breakfast, everyone.
Can I have some more?
Oh, yeah, there's probably more.
Yeah, I mean, you see that, and actually, he never told you that, but Finron actually brought some, some bread and some like jam confiture, and as a dessert for the kids, he had his staff just, give them some kind of dessert, and of course they also like demolished this as well. But yeah, you can really.
We do need to talk about the job.
Yeah. But after they're done, and like I said, they've cleaned everything 100% completely. One of them,
Wow.
the largest one, you guess that he probably was elected as the leader for the entire group. A sandy-haired young kid, also the oldest one as well. He introduces himself as Tijman Neuer. I'm going to here.
Tijman. All right. Tijman Neuer.
Yeah, he belches quietly into his stained into his stained sleeve. Looks at you, Lambert. All right, he says. Let's discuss business. You fed
All
as
right,
well?
Tijman, you full?
More than full.
More than full. All right. Well, let's discuss. But how many kids are here?
Like
That's a quick head count.
About 18 total.
Oh, fuck me. All right.
Well, you said that you wanted, few.
No,
quite a few of them.
Tijman, you did a great job. You're an aspiring young man, and you're going to go far in this world. All right, I have a job. And first and foremost, before any of this goes down, I need to make a very clear that I don't want any of you getting into harm's way for this job.
You see that he just listens. He's not saying anything. He waits for you to finish talking.
There is a woman who lives at Johannes.
She lives near the Palace of Retribution.
When he hears that, you see that Tijman raises one eyebrow slightly.
There is a woman.
Her name is Guarina,
Achner.
whatever her name is. Hafner?
Hackner.
Guarina Hackner.
No, Achner.
Achner.
Oh,
all right.
Achner.
Well, we're all messing up. Okay.
No
all right. Her name is Guarina Achner. I don't know what my friend sees in her, but he does. Whatever. Anyways, I don't want my friend to. What?
She's probably a good squeeze, says the kid.
That's probably a good point. I don't get with a lot of long shanks, so my bad. Anyways, Guarina Achner. I don't want my friend to marry her because I would not see my friend anymore. But also, I don't think she's a good egg, and I don't think she's the right kind of people. And I make the sign. I do the cross fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to know her movements. If you guys can track her, see where she goes every day. You come back to this place and tell us, and I'll feed you each time. It won't be as grand of a feast like this, but I'll feed you. Now, if we get enough good information on this, and I mean information I can act on, once we have an idea of what we're actually looking at, over the next 2 days, if we get enough information on this, I'll feed you the same kind of feast you had today. Plus, I'll throw in another 2 pennies apiece.
He nods his head. He looks at the kids still gathered, around the connected tables. Right, he says. Very well. We take the job. For now, we agree on the fee that's been proposed by you. Depending on
I
mm,
pull feed. Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
depending on the toughness of the job, I mean, Palace of Retribution sounds
It's pretty
sounds
bad.
weird.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might discuss our later arrangements.
Fair. If you keep to the standard set on our current agreement, I will offer 2 pennies apiece for the job's completion per kid, plus 1 silver shilling to the one that tells us gives us exact operable information on where she is going.
When you said that silver shilling, you say that loud enough for the other kids to hear as well?
Yes.
So you see that some of them, they've opened their mouths, they're like, whoa.
And I hold the silver shilling up.
Yeah, even Fidgeman, you see, he looks surprised when you mention that, but only for a second. Once after that,
And
he
I
once
say,
again engages
and I
in
say,
poker face.
and I say, as an act of good faith, I'm going to put a silver shilling in your boss's hand now. And I just put it in his hand.
He looks at the shilling in his hand. He looks at you. He quickly pockets the coin. Looks like, mister, you've got yourself a deal, he says. Right.
Very good.
Come on, you lot. I'll tell you what to do. And, with that, the kids get up from the table. You guess that Tidgeman will probably, or already had, probably, made sure with the other leaders of the group that he's the head honcho, because not one of them protests when he says, for them to get up, then that he'll now tell them what to do. And they just quickly disperse. They practically run away from Shepherd's Wand and disappear between the nearby buildings. You look at them go. Gustav, you can feel Marla squeezing your hand very very tight. Johannes, you see that the
Where's
staff.
Finron?
Yeah, Finron is still inside, but you can see that his staff are already, cleaning the place. They are taking the the dishes, the cups, and they are of course, removing the tables. Finron is still inside. Right?
Single-minded, purpose. I am walking back around to the back of the bar, and before he can do anything, I'm hugging Finron.
He's like when
that awkward fuck.
Yeah, you've hugged him very hard, and he has like 2 arms slightly above his chest, like he's not sure what to do, but then he puts one of the arms on your arm and slightly like pats you.
Very good. All right, back to usual business.
Yes, that was nice. Thank you. I haven't been hugged in I think 100 years, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen again, but that was nice.
Yes.
I'm just gonna be over here in the corner with beer.
Yeah, no, of course. If you haven't eaten anything, then I can ask one of my staff to bring you something. He says, but he's also like
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
When I see Lambert, I'm gonna raise my glass to him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, Johannes, Gustav, and Marla,
Not saying anything.
You all return inside. You don't even know where you got the glass with full of wine from. You're not really sure, but you raise your glass to Lambert.
Cheers all around, guys. Cheers all around. All right.
Yeah.
I don't do well with receiving praise for this. Kids need a meal, and we needed the kids. Yeah. That's how it works. Cool. I'm tough. I'm a tough boy. I'm a big boy.
And you see that even though this whole thing was outside, more than few patrons inside saw what happened, and they actually also raised their glasses to you. You see mostly tough men and women, dockers, dock workers, sailors, few soldiers. They nod towards you, Lambert, and
all right, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Hands are up above my head. I get it. I've got the big pitcher of beer. The big mug of beer. I'm like, let's get back to the normal day-to-day shit, and I'll start singing the raunchiest fucking songs I can think of.
Yeah, and very quickly, the song is catchy enough that more people start to sing this. Gustav,
good deal.
Yeah, you don't know even where this started, but you can actually more like feel than see that Marla, is shedding a few tears. Johannes, you are probably also, in this rather festive mood as you see that, right next to you, few Imperials sing along with Lambert. Just
It's a Sigmar's birthday miracle.
Yeah, waving their cups and mugs and steins full of ale and other drinks left and right. Some of this, some of it, lands on the floor, but no one cares. And soon the entire inn just sings and sings, and for a few minutes at least, there's no war in the north. There's no devastation, no Crimson Shade epidemic, no poverty, and and no injustice. A bunch of kids have been fed. The world, at least for a short time, became a slightly better place. And I think that's where we end today.
Good.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
I mean, this is Bright Hammer at its finest. Which I'm pretty cool with because it can be all doom and gloom all the time. It would be boring that way. Anyway, thank you for this game. It was very cool. I really like that. I really like the thing with the children. It was very, very nice, very well done.
Very festive.
Yeah, so for today's
Seasonally
game,
appropriate.
yeah, that's why for today's game everyone gets 100 points just because.
Ooh-ha.
For your characters, everyone gets 10 points just because. For your religion, Gustav, actually I think all of you RP'd your gods very well. There was Ranau, there was Sigmar, Tau, Johannes, you mentioned Tau, that was very cool. So 10 points, everyone.
This is also the first time in game where I have openly showed the sign of Ranald.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving you 10 points, because I saw that, and that was very nice. You see, Gustav, you have a convert.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, we have star signs. Gustav, what about your star sign?
The dancer. I was trying to be more receptive to the College of Jade Magic.
Okay. The dance. Oh, because the life stuff like that. Yes.
Been a moment, kind of, like, you know what I mean. Like, just go with it.
Oh, right. Actually, that's a very cool interpretation. Sure. Plus, yeah, I generally think that you did the dancer well today. I will give you 10 points. Sure. Johannes, what about you?
So on the Piper, I was trying to think of cunning. Well, maybe not cunning plans. I was trying to scheme and see how we could get various people to go after Garena for us, but none of those really worked out. So
Yeah, but you had
Well,
ideas, and
your idea was to gather the kids.
oh, that's true.
and
That's ideas. That's later.
and later you had this really nice, like the Street of 100 Taverns, buying
Yeah.
drinks, stuff like that. That was pretty cool. I will give you 10 points for that. Sure. Lambert, what about your star sign?
So many layers of caution for the Wyman anchorite. For one, not involving ourselves personally in tracking Garena because she might know who to look for. But for two, feeding these kids and keeping them out of the gutter, but while also emphasizing to them like this, you need to stay safe on this,
Yeah.
and I will pay to keep myself safe should you feel like you're getting shunted on this.
Of course, very, very, very nice. 10 points, no questions here. Dooming, Gustav, what about you?
Thou shalt suppeth from the cup of corruption. That I raised my glass to Lambert because I realized I had converted him to Ranald.
Nice, all right. I can give you 10 points for that. Very well. Johannes?
The peacock thing. I know Gustav wanted me to to mess with the guy, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to screw things up, and I was more focused on getting information. So I don't think I really did my doom today, to be honest.
Okay, if you think that, sure.
Yeah.
Lambert, what about your doom?
Thy tongue shall be thy undoing, and part of hedging my bet by dropping a coin for Ranald, a big coin for Ranald. I also opened my big fat mouth and told Shrek everything.
True, yeah, absolutely true. Which was a gamble because you didn't knew how he would react. 10 points.
It's Ronald the dealer aspect.
It's always a gamble.
Yeah.
Like you're planning the heist, so to speak, but you also have to respect Ronald.
I've just got Motorhead in my head all day.
Yeah.
That's the only card I need, babe.
That's 10 points. And now ideas that push the scenario forward. The adventure forward, sorry. Gustav, you had any ideas?
Not sure. I don't know.
Well, you... Alright, who decided to bring the knife to the college? To the Jade College?
I think that was Marla.
Yeah, I think Marla was the one who
So in that case,
it.
all of you get +5. Because you didn't stop
There you
go. Because, like, I do want to mention, like, Shrek mentioned that the metal is probably not steel, which leads it to, one of three things. Silver isn't that strong, so it's probably not silver. I doubt it's fucking Gromril. But all of the other information that we've had, and from what we've talked with Finron about, leads me to think that, is Ithilmar so fucking available that they're able to just hand out knives to thugs?
No, Ithilmar is super rare, at least in the old world.
Exactly. So what the fuck is it?
Well, right, everyone gets 5 points, but Gustav...
Yeah, fair enough.
But Gustav also give 5 to Marla because she also, advances. I mean, you will probably hear from Shrek in a few days when he finishes analyzing the thing using magic, the power of magic.
You know what we could use now, guys? A fucking knight.
Yeah. A certain knight errant, yes.
Yeah, a professional killer.
Actually, not knight errant. He will start as Knight of the Realm already, so he will be even more hardcore. And I think he will have at least 2 virtues to start with. So, that's this will be interesting, certainly. I will also give. Who had idea with the? Actually, no, sorry. Because alright, you've gathered the kids, but they haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
So, but if they will, then I will give, of course, points to people who thought about this, who put this into motion, stuff like that. But other than that, I don't think there were any more ideas, right?
If this crew of kids works out really well, I might consider hiring on a crew of kids, in which case that will play into part from where I'm going to go with this career.
I second that.
You mean like a criminal gang of your own, yes?
Well, just a gang of pickpockets and stuff, man.
That's
just a boys' club. It's a boy Scout.
Hey, it's just a Boy Scout club.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Right, and after that we of course give 5 points to Lambert for Halfling. Exceptional, very, very, very well RP'd Halfling. I love the part where you decided to just cook a huge meal for a bunch of street urchin. That's very Halflingy thing
Time
to
we've
do.
eaten today, and it's not even
What?
like
Sorry?
dinner time yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like late afternoon, so it's not dinner, it's late lunch essentially. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Our last session of 223. I think it was very cool. I also think that ending this year's RP adventure. I think that it's very cool that we return to WFRP or WFRP or whatever you call it in English. I've heard few different versions. I particularly like WFRP the most because it sounds really cool. So I hope that you have as much fun as me with this run of Warhammer.
Oh yeah.
I think that it's, like I said, it's slightly different than what we usually do, but I honestly think that it's as good as if we would be, fighting goblins on the trail or bashing in beastmen's skulls, which, by the way, of course, might still happen. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have the help of a Bretonnian knight, it might be slightly easier. Right. I don't know if we want to discuss right now next year's game, or do we want to talk about it after the 31st? It's up to you because, I think
I could go ahead and put down for something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier to just go ahead and put down for something, and then we can adjust if need be.
Okay.
Mhm.
What about the
You want to just put down for the 7th?
The 7th, yeah. What about the 7th? The first Sunday of
I got it.
of
My first engagement of the year.
yeah.
How do you? Nope, that's backwards. There we go. All right, so the 7th would be all right. Yeah, I could probably do the 7th.
Okay. So is everyone cool with that?
Yeah.
Right. So our first session of 2024 will be on the 7th of January Standard Time, and we return to Altdorf. Thank you very much. I wish you all happy holiday, safe last few days of this year. Take care. And by the way, I hope to see, of course, Andrew on the 7th as well.
I'll get him caught in.
Yeah.
We might bother Sean and Brian to help us with fleshing that out.
All right.
Yeah,
sure.
no problem.
Uh,
Happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sorry, Brian, what was that?
I said, yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
too.
Okay. Oh, Michael, and I will send him the materials. But actually, I think I already did. Like, he really just needs to read the Bretonnian supplement for second edition. That's
okay.
That's the best. That's the best, and really the only book that he needs.
Gotcha.
So
all right.
yeah. So take care. See you later. Bye bye.
All right.